I'm going to make you the host right now.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.
That means I will not be able to unmute myself.
Okay, I'll make sure I unmute you. Just message me or something if anything.
All right.
All right. Yep.
There you go.
Thanks, guys. And
make sure you are recording.
Yep, I'm recording that right now. We're officially starting our hangout/training session on sales and persuasion. Just introduce Victor and my wife Amy right here. And let's start this off. So I've got a few slides and things that I want to show you guys, but we're going to kind of go over those as we go over this certain situations that you have, okay? Who wants to practice their persuasion skills with me first? And who has like a situation that they want? If you're a course member of mine and you want to learn how to negotiate better deals, we can do a role play session over the phone and I can help fix your sales skills over the phone. We could do that. If you're not one of my course members, we could just take some other scenario that you have and we'll apply some of my persuasion and sales techniques to yours, okay? So who's going to be the brave soul to go first and volunteer for this help, okay? Don't be a chicken shit, guys. I want you to get up here and volunteer, because the more you get involved with this, I'm taking a little bit of motivation from Ivan. I'm gonna be kind of a hard ass because I want the more you guys participate, the better this thing is gonna be. Okay. Let's see. Mahir says first. Okay, so where's Mahir? Let me introduce himself. Let's see. And then Brian says here. Okay, so Brian, you'll be next. Where's Mahir? I don't see him on here. Oh, there he is. Okay, unmute. How you doing, Mahir? Am I saying your name right?
Yeah, you're saying it right.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Kind of nervous, but
it's all right. Hey, look, you volunteered for the right spot because this is all about sales, persuasion, and confidence. So that's great. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Yeah, I just took the dive in.
Awesome. I like that. That's it. You know, a lot of this, guys, is not thinking. I'll stop really quick before we get to your thing, but I'm glad you said that here, because before this chat, right, my stomach is a little messed up today, not to get into too much details, but I'm not feeling that good. I'm kind of like shaky. I feel like crap. But you know what? I show up in this webinar. I'm still going to crush it today anyways, because 90% of life is showing up and do it. So don't think. If you guys want to sell, you want to approach a client, you want to do something, just freaking do it. I don't care if you're dead tired. I don't care if you're playing drunk. Whatever it is, just do it. And usually half the time you doing it is going to get you results. So go ahead, Mahir.
So what do I do, sir?
So what is your issue that you want to overcome? What's something that you want to learn about sales or persuasion, or what's a challenge that you have that I could help you with?
Maybe I'm not too sure, but like recently what I've been struggling with is convincing my client that I know what's best for them, and not getting their frame put onto me. So in terms of being persuasive, I think it'd be better if I could like just control them more and tell them, like, for example, like I gave her a web design package, right? And the website's taking longer than expected, almost double the time, and it's still not done. But she was only paid me half the amount, and somehow she figured that like she could tell me my price rather than, and I went along with it because I wasn't, I guess, persuasive enough.
Okay.
And
so
now
let me stop you right there for a second here, just so for the interest of time, because I can already see some things that we can help you out with, right? I want you guys to look at me here as he's talking. Everybody watch whoever the speaker is when I'm helping this, right? Because guys, sales and persuasion is only 10% of what you say. 30% is going to be your tone, and 60% is going to be your body language. Now let's take a look at Mahir's body language, right? How many times was Mahir looking at me in the eye when he was speaking?
Not even.
Okay, I'm going to mirror you, Mahir, and I don't want you to think I'm making fun of you at all, okay? So I want you to see what you look like when you're talking to me, okay? So your tone when you're talking to me is like, so I have a client that I'm looking for right now, and they're not sure about whether they're going to do like the website. I'm not sure even what you said, to be honest, but because the only thing that people pay attention to you, they don't really listen to what you say. It's more how you say it and how you make them feel as you say it. Does that make sense, Mahir?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's take a look at, like, for example, Ivan. How many people watched Ivan's pre-session? And were most of you guys on here for that? If you were, okay, Ivan is a persuasive man. He's persuading you guys to get motivated. He's getting you fired up. But if you look at Ivan's body language, his eye contact was very strong. He's looking at the camera. He's assertive. He's confident. You can see he has a lot of certainty in his voice. okay? I don't even remember a thing he says. I can't remember one. I couldn't repeat one sentence of what he said. The only thing I can remember is like, shit, man, Ivan's got me fired up. He could have been like, blah, 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 blah. Okay? And I'd be like, shit, man, this guy's fired up. I don't know what the hell he's saying, but what the hell? Like, I'm excited to listen to him. Okay? And guys, this is more important than anything you say is the certainty and confidence in your voice. Because what does that show your customer here? When you're certain and you're confident, what does that make your customer feel?
I think it puts them at ease because then they can trust me more. They can trust me more. So then by me being more calm and they get more calm in turn. Yeah. Okay,
that's good. Can anybody else tell me why it's so important to be like this if you're going to be in a sales and persuasion setting with someone? And this goes for my course members. This goes for anybody else in Matt's Academy. Why is it so important to be assertive like this and confident when you're speaking? More important than anything you say. Let's see if anybody can guess. David says position power. That's kind of close. You're getting warmer. Josh says trust. Okay, definitely. Marty says become more confident you are, the easier you can break down objections. This is all true. Joe says you're asking for something which makes them uncomfortable. You're going to be their anchor. True. But if he just says security, he's probably the closest. Pedro says because it appears you know what you're doing. That's probably even more closer. Jordan says professionalism. Brian says don't want to be looked at as meek. Okay, here's the biggest thing, right? I think Alan nailed it the most, likability. People like people that are like them or people they want to be like, okay? You guys should write that down. People like people that are like them or that they want to be like, okay? See, now Lewis, when I was talking about Victor playing Guitar Hero, you and Victor instantly had this connection because like, oh yeah, you play Guitar Hero? Well, I play Guitar Hero too. You guys could connect on that common bond instantly, okay, right? So that's one way to connect with the client. But even more is to be assertive and confident because few people are that assertive and confident. So if you're a motivated, confident, assertive person, people are automatically inspired by you. So already they want to listen and hear what you have to say. Does that make sense, Mihir?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm going to do an exercise for you to get you naturally inspired, to get people naturally inspired and to break you out of your confidence shell, okay? How many people here say yes if you want to be more confident in all your dealings and you want to be assertive and you want to have this type of energy when you speak to people? Say yes if that's you. Okay. We all kind of know what we need to do, right? But we just don't do it, right? We know we should be looking people in the eye. We know we should be smiling. We know we should be assertive. We know we should project our voice well, right? But the bottom line, it all starts right here, guys. 90% of persuasion is right here in your brain. It doesn't work here. It works right here. So you first have to tell yourself that you are a persuasive man, okay? And now I'm not going to give you some rah-rah bullshit right now, okay? I'm going to do something like that's literally going to wire your body differently, okay? Because if I just say, hey, Mihir, you need to be excited and more motivated, you're going to try, but you're not really going to believe it, or 2 seconds later, that's going to fizzle. I'm going to do something right now that's going to permanently instill confidence into your body from this training onward, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to convince me that your shirt is blue. What color is your shirt right now?
No, it's blue.
Okay, good. That was the right answer. Okay. Now we can see his shirt is gray, right? But I want you to convince me that your shirt is blue. I want you to convince everybody on this chat right now that your shirt is blue, Mihir.
Okay. My shirt is blue.
Everybody make sure you're watching Mihir's camera. Matter of fact, let me pin the camera on him right now. I don't know if I can actually do it. It's not limited. Here we go. Spotlight video. There we go. Okay. You're on the spotlight. No pressure.
Okay. No pressure.
All right. Mihir, I want you to convince me your shirt is blue.
My shirt is blue. As you can see, the finer detail, it's when you look very closely, it's blue. And if you don't trust me, then you'll just have to come here and see it for yourself. It looks great, but that's just how it looks.
How many people are persuaded right now? Who's buying that Mihir's shirt is blue right now? Say yes if you are, no if you're not. Who's buying it? Adim is buying it. Pedro's not buying it. Marty's not buying it. Joe's not buying it. Juan's not buying it. Walter's not buying it. Huh. Okay. Lewis says hell to the no. Okay. So let me try it. let me do it really quick, and then we'll switch back to you, Mihir. Okay. All right. I gotta look at you closely because it's hard to see your body language at this small of a video. Here we go. Okay. So Mihir, how's it going?
It's good.
Good, good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah.
Mihir, I want you to look at me and tell me the color of this shirt.
That seems like it's blue.
It is. It is blue. I must be psychic because I thought you were going to say it's black. You got to be one of the easiest people to sell. Look, Mihir, I got a course for $1,000. Would you like to sign up today?
No.
No. Oh man. All right. I was hoping I would get you as easy as I could get you the shirt. Make my job a little bit harder, man. Come on. Be a little bit tougher prospect.
No. That shirt's not blue.
It's not.
No.
Why not?
It looks black.
No. Look, I understand what you're saying. I know it probably looks black, but take a good look at this. Look, come here. Come here. Lean in for a second.
Okay.
Come here. Look. You see this? Take a good look, right? I know it has like a black hue a little bit to it, right? But if you look really closely, this is one of the darkest blues. This is actually one of the most popular colors out right now on a shirt. And that's why you should get this at the moment, right? Look, doesn't it? I mean, doesn't it look good?
It looks like black to me.
Okay, all right. I see. So obviously we have some kind of miscommunication here. So let's see like what I can do to help you understand how this is blue. Because I know you're like, Dave, that shirt is black. And you're thinking in your head like, look, this guy's trying to tell me this thing is blue. And I don't know what the hell his problem is, man, because that thing is black. I get where you're coming from here. But I'm telling you, and trust me, this thing is blue. And I know, like, Victor, come here. Take a look at this, right? This guy doesn't believe this thing is blue, okay? And I'm just trying to help him because I understand, obviously, he's a very smart, intelligent man, okay? So I know he's thinking this is black, but look, what color is this shirt?
Honestly, I think it's red.
Okay. So either I'm doing something wrong here, or I don't know if we got a problem with the lighting, but guys, come here. All right, Victor, come here. We're going to have to talk about this. Victor, when you look at this right here, okay, what is it that you really see?
I just see red. That's all I see.
Okay, so he's saying black and you're saying red, right? All right, let's put our heads together and figure out why we're having this challenge. So you're red, he's black. Obviously, we know it's blue. What is it that's stopping you guys from seeing that this is blue? Mihir, what is your biggest challenge with this shirt being black? Why are you saying it's black? Let me ask you that.
I'm saying it's black because that's what my eyes are seeing right now. It can't be blue.
I totally understand, right? But one thing I found in life is that everything isn't always as it appears. Okay? Sometimes things are a little bit differently. If we look just past the material picture and we look beyond that, we can see a little bit different. Okay? So I want you to not just look at the shirt. I want you to look beyond the shirt. Okay? And try to see a little bit further than what's right in front of you. And tell me what color this shirt is, Mihir.
It's still blue. Oh, sorry, it's still black.
Okay, well, at least we're starting to get closer, right? Okay, so now, Victor, you're saying the same thing. What is it? Why are you seeing the shirt as red?
I don't know. It just looks red to me. I can see black, but I don't know about blue. I can't see blue.
All right. Okay. Now I'm going to break character for a second here, guys. Obviously, these are the toughest customers probably you're ever going to have. Okay. They've thrown every objection at me and I'm still pursuing this, but I'm just going to go as far as I could possibly go just to show you how to handle any little thing that you're going to get with any customers. Okay. So I'm just going to get back into this now. And then we're going to break down some of the things I did and we'll have Mihir do this as well. Okay. The other thing that given me a challenge is because I told them to be tough on me. So they're obviously going to, no matter what I say, they're going to be a little bit harder, but I'm still going to break them. So let's go back. All right. So Victor, what I want you to do now is I want you to tell me what is it that would help me convince you this shirt is blue? What can I do to help you?
you could put something else that's blue up against it, show that they're blue, and then put something else that's black up against it, show that it's not black.
Okay, that's excellent. Okay, that's great. So if I can show you, if I can prove to you that this is blue, then you will agree it's blue. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So give me 1 second. Let's see. We've got one of the phones I bought. Okay, we've got my mouse pad here, okay, which is obviously black. We can see this is black plain as day. Any guy can see this is black, right? And then we have this right here, which you will agree is blue, right? Okay, Mahir, will you agree this is blue? Now, are you in agreement with Victor on this? If I can compare and show you the colors, would you agree that this is blue?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are both now in agreement. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so let's take a look. You guys obviously see this is black. It nowhere near looks anything like this color. As you can see, complete contrast. It's black. Okay, now let's take a look at this. Blue. I mean, it's almost a perfect match. Can you guys see it? And look on the camera so you can see. Look close, right? Now, it may not be exact match, but you can see the hues in it. Are you guys starting to see it a little bit?
Starting to see some here, but not. It's still closer to the black.
Okay, try to look beyond the picture, remember. Look beyond the picture, okay?
Yes, it's closer to the blue, it seems.
It's closer to the blue. You can see that now?
Yeah.
You're sure, right? I mean, I don't want you to just BS me and tell me things. I want you to be sure. You're sure that this is blue.
Yeah, in the lighting, it seems, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
So you guys agree it's blue?
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Bright
Hey,
light.
congratulations, and thank you for getting my blue product today, guys. Appreciate it. All right, let's stop for a second there. Now, you guys are like, what the hell does this have to do with sales, okay? Now, look, first of all, we're not going to manipulate, lie to people. I'm not trying to get people convinced against their word to say, hey, yes, this is a good product when it's obviously a crap product. But the point of this drill is to get you to break through all your insecurities, all your fears of talking with people, okay? I want you to be as confident as me, Mahir, and sell me that your shirt is blue now, okay?
Oh.
I want you to push yourself beyond the boundaries you've ever pushed yourself in your life. You're no longer, Mahir, the insecure salesperson who struggles. You are a badass. You are Mahir who sells every person he's ever fucking sold in his life. You are a sales machine. Tell me you're a sales machine.
I'm a sales machine.
Come on. Tell me like I'm going to believe it.
I'm a sales machine.
No, come on. Who's
Okay.
buying this? I am a sales fucking machine. Tell me.
I'm a sales fucking machine. No. Okay. I'm in a shared office space, so like it's hard for me to get up there. But
Whisper it.
what?
Whisper it. Yeah. Come on. Show me the body language. Show me the intensity. Show me that you are a machine. It's all right here, man. This is where it starts.
I'm a sales machine.
Okay, that's better. That's better. Let's give it to him. Okay, it's not a 10. It's not a 10, not a 1 out of 10. But is he getting better, guys? David says a 6. Could be better. Okay, yes. All right, guys. Like this is what it takes right here. This is what you need if you want to start selling. You need to believe it. Give it to me here.
I could sell anything. I am a sales machine. Sales comes so easy to me. Like I can sell you like butter. It's as smooth as butter.
Good. Take it up a notch. Sell me again.
I could sell pretty much anything you want. It's like it's smooth. I can convince you what you want to hear, and I can make things happen just like that.
Look me in the eyes.
Oh.
Like if you sell me, you're going to make $1 million right now, Mahir. And if you fail, that $1 million is gone forever. Look me in the eyes and tell me you are a selling machine right now. You do it right, you have $1 million.
Okay, I can sell anything to you. Whatever you want, I can make it happen. Like just ask me and I'll make it happen. And
Good. Oh man, that's good. All right, sell me your shirt is blue now. Sell me that shirt is blue.
Okay, look, this may look black, but it's actually, or gray, but it's actually blue. I'll tell you why. You might think in the lighting it might look blue, but it's actually really, really black. The reason it's black is because when the lighting hits it, it has a
It's okay. Don't hesitate. You're going to screw up. You'll never be perfect. Just keep going. You're the millionaire salesperson. You're confident. Keep it up. Go. Keep it going.
Most people think it's black, but it's actually really, really blue. It's very close to black, but it's very, very blue. things like this, sometimes things aren't as they seem. And because they aren't as they seem, even though this looks black, it's actually really, really blue. Okay. And you might think like, oh, I'm just fucking with you, but I'm not. I'm just trying to be honest with you. And what would it take me to convince you that this is actually black rather than blue? Tell me.
I don't know. I'm not sure. It still looks gray to me, to be honest. I know you're saying it's blue, but it still looks gray.
Okay, I agree with you that it looks blue, but sometimes looks aren't as it seems. Sometimes it's actually, sometimes reality is stranger than fiction, okay? So even though that this looks black, it's actually really, really blue, okay? And I'm not fucking with you. I'm not lying with you. This is blue. And if you don't trust me, we'll just, okay, how about this? If I take water, doesn't this look closer to blue than black?
A little bit. You could be. Yeah.
Okay. And right here, this is black. Does it look black or blue?
That looks black.
Okay, so we have an agreement, right? It looks more blue than black. And that's why I'm really, really trying to stress it. I can't stress it enough that this is blue rather than black.
Okay, let me stop you. How many people feel Mahir is doing better than when we first started this hangout so far? Hell yes. Okay. Look at that. I mean, this was Mahir just 5 minutes ago. Steve, I'm having a hard time with customers. And now he's like, look, I'm telling you, you need to buy my stuff. This is why you need to buy my stuff. No, wait, you don't understand? This is why you need to buy my stuff. Look at this. This is not some fake motivational shit here, guys. This is how you transform your life. What you've got to do is you've got to instill this into your body at one moment, right? Now, next time you go to that customer here, I want you to remember, you recall this memory of you selling me that sure is blue, and I want you to be the badass Mahir millionaire salesperson. And every single phone call you take from now on in your life, every girl you ever speak to, every sales you ever do, every client you ever speak to, every mentor, you are Mahir, the badass millionaire salesperson from now on. And I want you to remember all those feelings. How did it feel to be like that, by the way, for a second?
Well, I did notice a very, very distinct point when you told me to just go all out and like I'm the millionaire or whatever. So like whatever I wanted to be in the future, there was a point where like I had a choice to be it now, right? To be that like salesman now. And I think it's just like giving yourself permission to do that and be it right now. And
guys, that's a lot of this sales and persuasion, guys, is just giving yourself the permission to do what you really think needs to be done. Because a lot of us have all these insecurities. Oh, I don't know. What if they say no? What if I get rejected? Who gives a fuck? And I'm sorry, I'm swearing on this. I hope this doesn't offend anybody. But guys, I feel like emotion is a very important part of persuasion and selling. And I can't get emotional without swearing, okay? So you're going to have to forgive me. I hope nobody sues me or anything because I'm swearing and getting fired up. But this is reality, guys, okay? This is how you sell. And Tony Robbins will tell you. I was in a Tony Robbins seminar. I said the same thing, okay? So I need you to get fired up so that way you feel what it's like to feel that confidence. So many people have never taken that kind of leap with a person to have, like, that they could ask them for anything, that they could sell them anything. They haven't gotten to that point, so they don't know what it feels like, so they're hesitant, they're scared. They're like, well, what if she says no? What if I get rejected? What if they get mad at me for asking? Who gives a shit? You don't care. Your mindset is, I'm gonna sell this person. I don't care what happens. I don't care if they laugh in my face. I don't care if they say no, I'm going to close, and I'm gonna find a way how I can close it. Just like I told you guys to say no to me when I was doing that, and I would not give up. If one way didn't work, I try a new technique. And if that technique didn't work, I try another technique. I'm going to keep trying techniques until you say yes. Now, most of the people in my phone flipping mastermind have seen me, and I have almost 100% closing average, which is insane as far as getting products and stuff like that and negotiating with people. And that's not bragging, but that's the truth on the group chats we do. Right? Josh is saying yes on this, right? And they've seen me sell people where they'll give me an objection, and then I'll just find a different angle. Now, another couple things to take you up another notch, Mahir, is now some sales techniques. Okay, so I told you the attitude and the mindset, but now there's also techniques. So, for example, you never use my name that much, Mahir, when you were talking to me. How many times have I said Mahir as we're speaking right now?
You said it a lot, yeah.
Said a lot, right? Okay, when I say Mahir, there's a little trigger in your brain that goes, up. Then when we hear our names, a little switch goes off. Oh, what is that? You ever been in public and you thought someone called your name and it alerted you right away? Okay. So this keeps your attention on me. When I say Mahir, you're focusing on me, right? So what I would have said is Dave or David, as you're talking to me, to keep me drawn into you and also feel like this is a connection. Now, as a salesperson, I don't want you to feel like you're being sold, but I'm going to sell you hard, but I don't want you to feel like I'm a salesman, okay? I don't want to sound sleazy, so I want to keep my rapport with you. Does that make sense, Mahir?
Yeah.
So for example, as we've been talking, have you feel like I'm selling you at all?
No, it just feels like you're very enthusiastic about whatever you want.
I'm excited, I'm motivated, and I feel like we're trying to get this done together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I could have done it differently. I could have been like, Mahir, you need to be more excited. You need to start like getting more confident. You need to make eye contact. Now, if I'd been like that, what would your response been?
Maybe you're pushing too much. I would have thought.
Maybe I'm a pushy, high pressure salesperson. Maybe I'm preachy, right? But because I'm using your name, I'm keeping rapport. We're in this together. So you want that vibe with your customer, okay? You never want to break rapport. You want to sell as hard as you can, but keep the rapport. Okay, and selling hard doesn't mean pushing them. It means asking a lot or trying until they say yes, trying different techniques. But one thing you'll notice whenever you guys gave me an objection, what's something I always said? Every objection you guys gave me, what was a word that I always said? I said, I totally
Agree.
agree. I said, I totally agree. How many people are using that right now when you guys are negotiating? If someone gives you an objection, always agree with them, okay? You need to do that first. Look, I completely understand. I totally agree. You know what? I totally get what you're saying, and I would think the same exact way. However, let's look at it this way. Does that make sense? Because that keeps them on the same team with you. But if you argue with them, now you're going to create a fight. Now it's not a sales process. Now it's an argument. So if, I don't care if they're like, Mahir, I'm not buying that thing is blue. You know why? Because I think you're ugly. I don't care. Even if they personally attack you, you could be like, look, I understand. Look, I'm not the best looking guy in the world. I get it. You know, maybe you wanted a prettier salesman than me. No problem. But look, I'm a cool dude anyways. And even though I may not be the best looking guy in the world, I'm going to help you and make sure you're well taken care of. Now, look, I don't think you're a bad looking guy here. So I just said that. So don't think I'm saying you're really ugly in real life. However, what I'm saying is no matter what they say to you, okay, if they say, Dave, I don't like you because you got a big fucking nose, okay, and I'm not going to buy anything from you because I don't like your big stupid nose. Hey, I totally understand. I do have a big nose, okay? But you know what? Despite how big my nose is, and I know that bothers you, look, let's look at what you really want here. You told me you wanted good customer service, right? And despite this big-ass nose I got, I'm going to provide you with the best customer service possible. So let's get this done. You guys are laughing. All right. But guys, this is just, I like to throw a little sense of humor in it so you guys can relate a little bit, but this is really what sells is, you know, this is basic stuff, but it's not basic. I mean, the basics are the advanced. Like the more you master these basic things, the better salesperson you're going to be. So far, how many people have found this chat beneficial? Say yes if you guys have found this, you've got any benefit or learned anything so far from this Hangout. Wow. I says yes. Some people say hell yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. The biggest thing I'm trying to instill is that you've got to believe that you're going to close them. You got to believe. You can't be wondering, like, if you're one of my phone flipping people and you're afraid to lowball someone because you're like, oh, I don't want to offer too low, they're going to get mad at me. Just believe that you can sell them. Believe you can get every penny out of people. And again, you don't want to manipulate people, guys. You want to always be a good business person, but you need to sell. Now, here's how I sell. One of the things I asked was like, how do you negotiate deals so that the other person still loves you and you're making bank off of them? Like, how do you negotiate a deal that is so good you feel guilty taking it, but the other person still likes you? The way you do it is by keeping rapport with people, okay, and never creating an argument. Always keeping them on your side, like I'm doing with Mahir right now. Right, Mahir? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm asking them questions. I'm taking time to listen. So like when Mahir told me about like how he was feeling, I listened. When Victor said, hey, I think your shirt is red, I said, okay, that's a good point. Now I need to understand, why is he thinking it's red? So I let him talk and I figure out what is the objection. Because if you ask, most people will tell you exactly what the problem is. So for example, someone wants to, Nick says, want to buy a MacBook for $430. Do I want to buy a MacBook for 430? Depends. If it's a MacBook that's going to sell for 650, sure, I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, if it's going to sell for 430, no, I'm not going to buy it. All right. Let's see. Should we keep going with Mahir, or does anybody else want to jump in and volunteer? Joe says, yo, I do. All right. Mahir, thank you very much, by the way, for joining today. Like, let's give him a hand, man, for, I mean, that took some balls to come on up here, put himself on the chopping block like that. That was awesome. Way to go, man. Keep it up. I hope that helped you. Let me know how you do after that. Don't forget, you are Mahir, the millionaire badass closing machine. Remember, okay? Shout it out in the shower every morning. I am Mahir, the millionaire fucking sales machine. Get yourself fired up and feel how that feels, and then use that energy when you release to the customer. Except just don't scream that in their face when you meet them. You say that in private, not in front of the customer. All right. Let's go on to Joe. Where's Joe? Joe, let me unmute you. Okay. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Joe, you're still muted. I don't know if your mic is working or not. I unmuted you, but for some reason the sound's not coming through. Oh, Brian, I'm going to get you next. I'm sorry. I'll get you in a second. You know what? We might get you right now while Joe figures his mic situation out. Joe, once you get that taken care of, let me know. I kept you unmuted. So if you can figure that out, let me know. I'm going to go to Brian right now. Brian, go ahead. Brian's one of my course members. He just signed up last week. How's it going?
Good. Hi. Can you hear me, Dave?
Yep, I can hear you. Okay.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm pretty new. Just started. Was it Saturday? I think. But you know, learned a lot. One of the things though that I do want to work on is sales, obviously, and confidence. I still have a job. I'm in my company car right now. Need to replace that with some income. But in the meantime, I would like to go in and, you know, at some point I want to quit my job, but I do want to go in and ask my boss for a raise, at least for a couple of months until I can tell him I'm ready to go. But I'm afraid to. And just like you said, fear, it's a tough thing to get over. I'm afraid of the rejection. I'm afraid of saying no, you know, him saying no, or, you know, I don't know. I get maybe getting fired. I don't think I'd get fired, but I don't know.
Okay, so this is great. So let me just understand what you're looking to do. Okay, guys, perfect persuasion and sales technique. Always confirm what the other person wants. Okay, whenever you're in a good negotiation. So let me repeat back what you're saying to me, Brian, is that you are nervous to approach your boss about getting a raise. You want money for the job, right? And you're just kind of a little bit scared to approach him, and you don't know what to say to get that raise. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. Now, two things. First of all, I really need the money. I mean, just to live right now. I'm struggling. I mean, I sold about $2,000 on eBay last month, but if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have been able to pay a lot of our bills. And so, but on the other hand, I do know that I'm worth the raise. So my fear is going in and not selling that, hey, I'm worth more money, and I know it, and you do too, without sounding mean or condescending or pissing the other person off. You know, this is the only other company that I got to go to.
I'm really glad you came to the training today, Brian, because this is something that's a very delicate situation, because if it goes wrong, you could be out of job, okay? So you have a valid fear there, okay? Someone says the sound is not good. I think, can everybody hear me okay? I think you can hear fine. Is it an echo? No, you can't hear me? Let me know how the sound is, guys. I think. There's a problem with it? Corey says I'm muted at the moment. He's saying it's fine. Corey says it's fine. I think it's okay. All right, let's get back to it. I think it's Brian's mic is a little low, so maybe just try to speak up, Brian, when you're talking, because I think it's a little low. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm really glad you came to the chat today, Brian, because if this goes wrong, you could get fired, okay? So there's a few variables in this situation. One has to do with sales and persuasion. The other has to do more with strategy, okay? So last week on the webinar, we talked about 3 things for persuasion, okay? And that is strategy, attraction, and closing. Strategy, attraction, and closing, okay? So first off, you have to think of a strategy here, right? Because now look, I'm going to be straight up with you, Brian, so I hope I don't hurt your feelings about this, okay? I'm going to tell you some things, and I'm going to be real with you. Nobody gives a shit about your problems, okay? I just want you to understand that. Nobody on this chat gives a shit. That guy doesn't give a shit. Nobody gives a shit. You're struggling except for you. Okay. Now I want you to accept that fact and understand it and really believe it, because if you don't, you're gonna run the risk of being needy. Okay, and needy people do not sell well. Okay, no, and look, I understand what it's like, man. I've been bankrupt twice. I know what it's like when you're in that hard situation. Okay, but you got to understand the only thing that people care about is themselves. The only thing. Your boss does not care about your life. He may even be an amazing person, but bottom line is he's got to run a company. And if he runs his company based on because he feels bad, his company's going to fail. Does that make sense, Brian?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's my thing is I'm afraid of going in there and saying, hey, look, man, I really need this money. And him going, well, I mean, I need my Jaguar out there.
Because you're going to get kicked out of that place more than anything, and then you're really going to have a problem, right? Because nobody wants a needy employee that's desperate and broke. But in the meantime, if you really feel that you're worth it, then you should be able to sell them, okay? But you got to ask yourself that strategy. You got to look at, what am I doing for this employer that other people at this company are not doing? What am I offering? If I was me, you always put, as in sales and persuasion, always put yourself in the other person's shoes. Be empathetic. This is a very powerful sales technique. Put yourself in the other person's shoes and think, if this was me, would I hire myself? This takes a little bit of pride swallowing here now. And you're going to look, would I hire myself? Would I give me a raise? Or could I hire someone else for the same price as me? If your answer, if you go deep down and you make yourself totally unbiased and you go, you know what, shit, I wouldn't hire me, or I would hire this other guy for a cheaper price if I could get away with it. If he would think like that, then that's where your problem lies. You're not creating enough value in yourself for your employer. Okay. But if you've done an honest evaluation, and I mean honest, because a lot of people are delusional. Okay. And I don't mean, and by delusional, I mean, they feel like they're worth more than what they really are. Okay. Or they feel like they deserve more than they really should get. Even if no matter how long you've worked at a company, 10, 15 years, a lot of people believe just because they work there that they're worth more. That results are what are worth it, if that makes sense. Okay. So, so instead of having a victim mentality here, you got to start acting like a victor, right? Instead of being a victim, you got to be a victor. A victim says, well, I'm struggling. I need this. I deserve it. That's what victims speak like. And victims never get anywhere. Victors speak like, okay, I know my boss wants this. I'm going to give it to him. I'll be the best goddamn employee he ever seen in his life. Next week, I'm going to show up 15 minutes early. I'm going to produce twice as much as anybody in that company. I'm going to make myself so good that if my boss doesn't give me a raise, he's a freaking moron. And I'll have three other people lined up.
Right, and that's exactly what I've been doing, and I'm not arguing with you at all. I completely agree with you, but the issue that I'm having is I guess I have this mentality that I haven't seen a raise for 2 years, and it's kind of like I am one of the top producers. I'm one of the top 4 of flipping 80 people here in the company, and I'm making him rich, and I'm not making me. Anyway, my point is I am one of the best at what I do. In fact, I am at my individual job. I am the best at what I do. So I guess I have this mentality or feeling that, and my mom is an employee with the company too, and she went to him and got a raise, but that fear is holding me back. But it's like, I kind of feel like if somebody's doing good, why would you not give them a raise? Why would you not say, hey, before you're giving yourself a raise, why would you not say, hey, this guy, it's obvious you're working hard for me. We'd like to give you an extra, some extra money or whatever.
Okay. So Ryan, I believe you. Okay. From the way you're speaking and the way you're talking, it sounds like you really do deserve the raise. Okay. So this is exactly how you want to speak to your boss. Okay. What you just did with me is how you're going to sell your boss, because it sounds like in your head, you are 100% convinced that you deserve this raise. So just you telling me that right now made me believe that you're worth it. All right. So just go in there and talk to your boss just like you did to me and reason with them. I would start off with questions like, so let's say, Brian, you're my boss. Hey, Brian, how's it going today? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, listen, do you got a couple seconds? There's something I just wanted to speak to you about.
Yeah, sure. What's on your mind?
Great. Hey, look, so far, hey, are you happy with my performance? Have I done a good job as an employee, you think?
Yeah, you're one of the best employees here.
Good. Okay. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thanks. I really like working here, and I really put my best effort in every day. Do you think that, like, are you happy with like me staying here? Would you like, you like to, have you ever thought of, I could do better or anything? Or is there anything I could do to improve as an employee for you?
No, I think you're doing a good job as it is. We'd love to, keep you here for a long time.
Awesome. Well, that's Brian. That's why I wanted to talk to you today, because I've been here now for a couple years and I love the job. I'm motivated and I want to do even better. Right. But I also need a little bit inspiration to maybe perform even better than I've been doing. Right. And now it's been 2 years and I'm wondering, I haven't gotten a raise or anything like that. And, I greatly appreciate the job, but I'm just wondering, is there anything that you could do to help me out? Because, I feel like if I was to get a little bit more, I could do better for you. I could do even more than what's going on right now. And I would be motivated and be excited. Or is there any extra duties I could perform that will make it worth it to pay me more? Is there any extra value I can deliver for you?
Yeah, you could work weekends.
Okay. I mean, I'm open. Look, I'm highly motivated right now. If I was to work weekends, could we work something out? Would you be able to do a little better for me?
Yeah, I think we could work something out. Let me work out some numbers and try to get back with you.
I understand, but right now I'm in a kind of a position, so I wanted to see if we could kind of hash this out today, if possible.
Oh, I'm just going to break character. I like that because I've known 4 other people in the last 2 months that have gone to him for raises and gotten them, but he told them exactly what I said to you was, yeah, let me look at some numbers and then get back to you. And I'm sure to a degree he probably does have to do that. He's got to answer to, he's got like a board of directors where he's got to answer to, and he probably gets out the calculator and says, what can I afford to give the person or whatever. But no, I like that.
Now there's 2 ways that can go, right? You don't want to pressure him and be a jerk about it. Like, hey, no, I mean, like right now, let's do that, because that's going to turn him off, right? But if he really genuinely does have to hash some numbers and it's not a blow off, then say, hey, that's great. Again, you always agree with them. I totally understand. I want you to feel good about this. I want this to be a win-win for both of us, not just me. I want you to be happy with the agreement as well. So when can we meet up again to discuss it? When's good for you?
Yeah, how about a week from today?
Okay, that's great. What time is good? You want to do Tuesday or is Wednesday better?
Let's do Tuesday before the next meeting.
Tuesday? Excellent. You see how what I did was I give a choice clause. One thing in sales you don't want to do is you don't want to ask a definite yes or no question. You want to say, is next week good? Yes. Okay. Is Tuesday good? No. Is Wednesday good? No. Just ask, okay, so next week, Tuesday or Wednesday, which one's better? And then let them tell you. And then you are in control. And they're going to go, damn, man, this Brian's stepping it up. Because any person who's that confident to sell their boss, I'm going to tell you right now, if your boss has any bit of intelligence and is successful, he's going to be impressed by the guts that you have to do this, okay? They like people that step up. Nobody respects a doormat, okay? The people who let the boss step on them all the time, that do all this work, thinking the boss is going to notice and one day be like, hey, you've been doing such great work. I'm going to pay you more. Very few bosses are that intuitive to do that for their employees. Maybe only 0.5%. The rest of them are just going to keep stepping on you till you say something. And not only are they going to step on you, but they're not even going to respect you. Okay. Now, me as a boss, I've read hundreds of books, so I know when an employee is letting me step on them, and I say, "Hey, I know you're doing a lot of work. I respect this, but I'm wondering if you have an ulterior motive to doing all this work, if you expect something out of it, because I want you to be happy here, and I want you to put all this extra work thinking I'm going to do something, because I'm not right now. I can't afford to pay you more than what you're doing. So if like you're doing all this extra stuff in hopes that I'm going to do something, let's just, get this down right now. Or like if you are working, look, I tell you what, you've been putting a lot of work in. I'm going to give you a little extra bonus this week. You should be doing good. If they genuinely are giving me a lot of value, and I've done that with my employees. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also a case of I'm at the point in my career where I've been here for about 20 years, or been in my career, for about 20 years. Been with the company for about 6, but I've seen my pay cut 3 times in the last year. Now, they may not see it as a cut. It's been company-wide. It was, everybody that does what I'm doing, they said, well, for the same work that you're doing, we're going to have to you know, you used to have to do 27 units a week. Now it's going to be 30 for the same pay. And it's like, come on, man, are you serious? I'm one of the top producers, and I'm getting up at, you know, 3 o'clock in the morning, going to bed at 11 o'clock at night. I'm doing everything I can. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes I get pissed off to the point where I almost feel like going in there and saying, hey, man, here's the keys to your car. I don't need it anymore. But obviously I don't have that kind of relationship with my boss. I have a relationship where I know I can go talk to him. I know getting that meeting with him will be fine. But at the same time,
Brian, just to save some time, if you don't mind, if I have the permission to just cut you off on that, just so I can save time for some other people here. I just want to mention, guys, always go for the win-win, okay? It's win-win or no deal. In anything that you guys do, in any sales, persuasion, or agreement, it's always win-win. It's you're happy and I'm happy. And you need to say that in your negotiations with people. Look, like I'm not going to do this deal unless I know you're happy and I'm happy. And that's it. This goes with your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your boss, your siblings, your mom, whatever it is you guys are doing together. It's got to be a win-win. And they got to know that this has to be, they're happy and you're happy. Okay, that instinct needs to be like part of your persuasion skills all the time is win-win. Okay. One last thing, Brian, I just want to mention to you is be a leader in your company. Inspire all the other people. If anybody else is bitching about your boss, don't be part of the rat pack and like, yeah, we deserve more than this. Be like, you know what? You guys have a good point. I'm going to be the one to take this up to my boss. And let's see if we can all work together. Let's make this company some money. And let's show our boss that we're the best damn employees he ever had. And then I'm going to go present it to him. And you know what? Guess what? When you're the one who presents it, who's the leader?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
And your boss is like, shit, man, all these negative bastards, and Brian is coming up. He's got my back. I like this guy. Any boss is going to want a leader in the company, someone that's watching out for him when all the other employees are putting him down, the guy that stands up and got his back. That's the guy he really wants as his right-hand man. That's how you move up the company fast. Does that make sense? So don't be complaining, whining, or anything like that when you're out there with anybody else, because you don't know how a word gets around. Things do get around in a company. Believe me. You might think you tell your friend, oh, don't say anything, but I think my boss is a jerk. That gets around real fast. So you don't want to be that guy either, okay? And that goes, same thing, like if you're having problems with your spouse or something like that, don't be bitching about them to your friends. Don't be like, oh, my wife does this, I hate it, and there's always a problem. Like, be a man, confront her yourself instead of complaining about other people, okay? Again, this is sales and persuasion because you got to have the confidence to be honest and open about your feelings with people. Yeah, make sense?
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Who's next? Oh, Joe. Okay, here we go. Joe, really quick, I just want to make sure again that this is giving you guys value for your time. What are the top things you guys have learned so far in this chat? Make sure that you guys are picking something up here, okay? I'm not trying to rub my sales skills and brag or anything. I want to make sure you guys are learning and that you're absorbing whatever I'm teaching here. So type in the chat, what's the biggest thing that you guys took away so far from this hangout? Thompson says confidence. What do you say? Pedro says win-win. Jordan says relating, okay? Roddy says rapport building. Yeah, good. Joe says the blue shirt drill. Try that with your buddies. When you're all drinking one day, try to convince them your shirt is a certain color and just do that drill. And man, it's awesome. Juan says confidence. Jordan says agreeing with customers. Okay, good. All right. Brian says confidence and win-win. Good. Now, that was only about half the people in the chat, so I want to make sure everybody's getting value from this. So if you're not, let me know if there's some more stuff that you want to see. Jordan says, tell yourself that you're more persuasive. Okay, let's get to Joe now. And Joe, and then I want to hear one of my own course members negotiate. I want to help them as well with this. Joe, let me unmute you. Go ahead. We still can't hear you. Part of persuasion sales, guys, they've got to be able to understand what you're saying. Very important. If they don't understand you, you will not be able to sell them. Preparation is important too. That's part of the strategy. There's a strategy, traction, and closing. A lot of people worry about the closing, but they forget about the strategy and the traction. So making sure Joe's mic worked perfectly before coming on as part of the strategy is very important. Mike, Joe, did you get that working? I'm going to close the app and restart it. Okay, we'll come back to you in a minute. Rich says people buy from people they want to be like. Good, I like that. All right, who wants to see me put Victor on the spot here? Victor's one of my employees. Anybody want to see me train him really quick on some negotiating? All right, come on up here, Victor, so they can hear you a little better. All right. Okay. Now, if you're in my eBay phone flipping course, you'll know this, and if you're not, we're gonna do a live appraisal right here, so you guys can watch this. Here we go. Let's go to eBay, and you guys can see this in action, so that way you'll know like what he's negotiating here. All right, here we go. I'm going to call up. So what we do, guys, in my company is we buy phones at a certain price and we flip on eBay for a profit, right? So we'll try to buy like a $200 phone for $100 and we'll flip it on eBay and make a $100 profit, okay? Just to give you a quick, simple idea of what we do in my business, one of my businesses. He's an employee in one of my stores. People come and try to sell phones. All right, so here we go. I'm calling up the store. Ring, ring.
Do you want me to use our store name?
Yeah. Just like you would, normal.
Hello, thank you for calling Buy Sell Fix.
Hi, I have a phone that I'm looking to sell.
Oh, what kind of phone are you looking to sell?
I have an iPhone. An iPhone.
An iPhone. Okay. Do you know what kind of an iPhone it is? Is it an iPhone 5 or 6?
iPhone 6.
iPhone 6. And is it a 6 Plus, a 6S? Do you happen to know that? If you don't, I know how to help you with that to identify the type of phone.
It's a iPhone 6.
Just an iPhone 6?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you know how much memory it holds? The gigabyte storage?
It's 16 gigabytes.
16?
Yeah.
And what carrier are you using for that phone?
It's Verizon.
Verizon? Okay. So I'm just double checking with you. That's an iPhone 6 for 16 gigabytes for Verizon, correct?
Yes.
And are there any problems with the phone? Are there any cracks on the screen or scratches?
Nope, no problems.
No problems? Hold on just one moment, please.
Okay.
And is that out of the box, or is that you've been using the phone for a while?
You was using the phone for a while.
Okay.
You got to go to sold list
Yeah.
inspector. Oh, I think we did this. Seeing some problems here. Go to sold. No, not deals and say we sold. Go to sold.
Did you like your iPhone 6, by the way?
It was nice.
Good.
Okay, let me stop you really quick. All right, guys, do me a favor. I want you to rate that call on a scale of 1 to 10. Now, Victor has not actually worked a day in my store yet. He's only been through training, okay? So you got to forgive him a little bit. But what would you guys rate him on a scale of 1 to 10 on that call? Jordan says a 5. Josh says a 6. Nick says a 6. Marty says a 6. Sam says a 5. Nestor says, okay, he's still working on it. Okay. I'm gonna go with a 5 on that, okay? And again, Victor, thank you for going on the spot like that, okay? But let's go over a couple things, right? Can anybody say off the bat what you think initially Victor needs to work on a little bit? Is there anything that you guys can see right away? Uncertainty in his voice, says Nick. Okay, I'll probably agree with that. Juan says his tonality. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Marty says confidence in delivery. Pat says confidence and passion. Okay, yeah. Jordan says a little more fierce. I don't know about fierce. You don't have to be fierce, but maybe just a little more confident. Josh says be more friendly. He's friendly, nice, pretty nice guy. But I think a little more confident would be good. Nick says how he asked for specifications. Yep. Okay. So one thing that was a problem, Victor, is that, and I know you're probably nervous on this and you're new, but I was like falling asleep as a customer because you're asking me so many questions that weren't relevant. A very important part of sales, guys, is being relevant and to the point as quick as possible, right? If you're wasting people's time, you're going to lose sales. Okay. So you don't need to ask them like, how do you like your phone? That doesn't really help you build any rapport, and it doesn't give you anything that answers, right? Like, for example, guy, like if I was And one thing in sales we never did was when I was selling cars, I was 19. I made $50,000 in 8 months selling cars at 19 years old. I was one of my top salespeople. And one of the things they told us was, you know, you don't ask someone, hey, how do you like the car? You say, hey, would you like to see the payments? You know, would you like to sit down and talk a little bit how you can own this car? How would you like to take the car for a drive? You know, what's better for you, $200 a month or $300 a month? Which, you know, you don't say, how do you like it? What do you like it? Are you interested? None of those things lead you closer to the sale, right? So when you're getting on the phone, be a little bit more confident. Hi, thank you for calling Buy Sell VIX. Project it in your voice. Be a little, you don't have to be loud, but just be a little bit more, because if they can't hear you and you're talking like this, if people are struggling, they're not going to want to do business with you. You're making it harder for them to do business, right? So you got to make it easy for them to do business by projecting your voice clearly and easily for them to understand. Nick says, oh, you want to sell your phone? Happy to help. What features does the phone have? What model? Okay, great. Let's keep it even simpler than that, right? Thank you for calling Buy Sell Fix. Hi, how you doing today? Oh, great, thank you. So what kind of phone do you have? iPhone 6? Okay, fantastic. And what's the gigabytes on that? 16 gig? Okay, give me 2 seconds. Any problems with it? No, good. All right, beautiful. So on that phone, I could do like 90 bucks. Now let's stop for a second. How long did that take me, guys? What was that, 15 seconds? In those 15 seconds, did I project confidence to the customer? Did I keep it simple to the point? Okay? If your phone call before you even give them an offer is taking 2-3 minutes, you're going to lose a lot of deals that way. Okay? You gotta get to it right like that. Now, if you're not flipping phones, it's okay. You can use these same principles for anything else you're trying to sell, guys. Don't sit there and talk their ear off. Just get right to the point. In a friendly, confident manner, though. That's the thing. See, my voice already projects that I'm friendly. I'm saying, how you doing today? Oh, great. Thank you for calling Buy Sell Fix. Fantastic. Yeah, so what do you have? You have an iPhone 6. Okay, fantastic. What's the gigabyte on that? 16 gig? Okay, great. When the carrier is Verizon? Okay. Any problems with it? Any cracks? No? Good. Let me give you the point. Now, then I'm going to deliver my offer. Then they might say something like, oh, 180 bucks? Oh, I had a guy down the street that's offered it for 130. Oh, really? Wow, that's a pretty good price. I'm going to agree with them. That's fantastic. 130 bucks? Geez, you know, I'd go with that. If you can give you 130, that's pretty good. Because right now, if you take a look on eBay, they're only selling for 180 bucks. Maybe 170, 180. I see one for 188, see one for 199. So like if he gives you 130, see, I got to pay eBay 10% on that deal. So that's going to take off 20 bucks right off the bat, which knocks me down to only 160. Then I got to pay $5 to ship it. Now I'm only at 155. So if I pay you 130, I'm only making 35 bucks on that. And that doesn't cover like the insurance and business expenses and overhead and stuff like that and leave enough room for profit, right? So that's why I could do 80. Does that make sense? Customer says, oh, okay. But I tell you what, as a courtesy, I'll give you a little extra on that. How about if I do 90? Would that work for you? Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking their objection, I'm handling it properly by giving the customer more information. I'm educating my prospect why I'm asking for what I'm asking. And I'm doing it in a way that makes sense to them. Remember, we've got to negotiate the deal that's so good that we almost feel guilty, but they've got to be happy with it. So they feel like that makes sense. Oh, okay, that makes sense. He's got to sell it. I can see it from his perspective. He's right. Yep. All right. And then I give them a little bit extra. I say, I tell you what I'll do, you know, just to help you out, I can do 90 bucks on that. Would that be fair? Okay. Does anybody have a question on that? If you guys want to see me negotiate on phones more, we can do a little more of that. But just wanted to give you some basics and also want to train my employees since I'm running this training anyways, and he's got to get trained. Victor, do you have any questions on that? You understand that? Okay. Another thing that Victor had an issue with is I noticed he was a little clunky when he was doing this. Okay. Very important part of sales is knowing your process and knowing your product to a T. So when I first started my company, I Buy for Resale Inc., I would stay up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning on AT&T, Verizon's website, studying like what phones that they had, what were their processes, what the prices were. I would look at like what the most popular electronics were. I knew everything about electronics, and I still do. And that made it easy for me to sell because it gave me more confidence, right? So the more you know about your product and your company and your processes, the smoother you're going to be and the better you'll be able to sell your prospect. Bonificio says, if he does not agree with the price, can you show that? What would you like me to show? I'm kind of confused by that question a little bit. Nestor says, I say risk with eBay selling like fees, shipping, returns, even scams. We need to make a profit. Yes. Well, see, Nestor, now, you see what you're doing is you're going a little too far. You're giving too much information. One thing, my first millionaire mentor, not Matt, but literally my first millionaire mentor, his name was Doug, he taught me that loose lips sink ships, which means you only say what you need to say, no more, no less. If you say more than what you need to say, you're going to lose sales as well. So if I say, well, with eBay fees, shipping, scams, and things like that, we're going to make a profit, it's too much. It's going to like turn people off a little bit. Just say, like, here's what I make. This is the eBay fee. With this, it's just not enough, unfortunately, to cover our expenses. See, that sums all that crap up in one nutshell. I just say that covers all, that doesn't cover our expenses. But I tell you what, I can do this for you. Because what happens is if you talk too much, you run the risk of sounding like a salesperson or a used car salesperson or a liar, or they don't trust you, or you say something that you shouldn't have said or whatever. Say only what needs to be said, no more, no less. Does that make sense, guys? But Officio says how to get and pay the price you want, even if he does not agree totally. Pay the price you want, even if he does not agree to. Well, then you have to remember, you just do what we do with Mahir. How do I convince him my shirt is blue? How do I get him to agree with what I want? Okay, I want to buy the phone at $80. He wants to sell me $150. How do I get him to agree with me that he actually believes that he's right? How do I get him to decide without forcing him that this phone really is only worth $80 and not $150? So that's what you have to think about in your head. That's a strategy, remember. And you've got to have the confidence that no matter what he says, you're going to figure a way how to sell him. Okay, so there's a couple of angles you can do with that. Who wants to see me do a role play and someone just give me every objection in the book that's been in my course and I'll overcome it? Does anybody want to see like one of my course members just be a total asshole to me and I'll try to close them and I'll show you how I handle whatever these things are? Juan says he wants it. If I get enough people, I'll do it. But if not, we'll move on to something else that you guys want to learn about. Okay, now I'm seeing only half of the people on this chat are participating. We got about 34 participants and only about 10 or 15 are commenting, guys. So some of you guys might be scared. Maybe you're nervous. Maybe you think I'm full of shit, whatever I'm saying. Maybe you're shy. Guys, get involved, because if you're not getting involved, you're not going to get any benefit out of this webinar today. The more you participate, you get involved, the better success that you're going to have. Same. Okay, so I guess yes then. All right, let's do it. Is Josh still on this call? Josh, Josh is good at this. He's really good at being a tough customer. Josh just hit 10,000 on eBay in my course. Joe, if you got your thing going, let me know. And we'll get you going once you get that mic. Josh, can you come on, or do I have to unmute you? Maybe. Let me unmute you. Okay, I unmuted you.
All right, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, cool.
All right, so you ready, guys? Here we go. Josh is going to call me with the problem. I mean, I'm going to call. No, wait. You're calling me, right? And you're going to sell me a phone.
Yeah, I'll call you and be the bad customer.
All right, be the toughest customer. Be like a real customer, but be as hard as you can. Okay.
All right. Ring, ring.
Sorry, 1 second. Just take a drink of water.
All right, my bad.
Okay. So I had something in my throat. It's bothering me. Hold on. All right. Go ahead now. Sorry.
Ring, ring.
Thank you for calling Buy Sell Fix.
Hey, you guys are the one that buys cell phones, right?
Yes, we are.
All right, cool. Well, I'm looking to sell this phone. It's cracked, but I don't know if you guys take it or not.
Okay, great. What do you got?
It's an iPhone.
Okay. And which iPhone is it?
Let me see. It says the S on the back.
Okay, so you got an iPhone 6S then.
Oh, okay.
It's a bigger one, right? It's not a small one, bigger one?
Yeah, it fits pretty good in my hand. Yeah, it's bigger one.
Okay. You got it recently, right? Just making sure it's not the 5S. I'm pretty sure that's a 6. Just want to make sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it is a 6, yes.
Okay, cool.
Bought a couple years ago.
Yep, sounds good. Sounds like the 6S. And what carrier is that with?
A carrier? What do you mean by carrier?
Who's the one that has the phone service with? AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile?
Oh, it's It's a Sprint.
Sprint? Okay. Excellent. Give me 1 second. So you get an iPhone 6s for Sprint, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? Works good. Any cracks?
No, it's cracked, and yeah, it won't turn on.
Okay, great. So it's cracked. So it's cracked and has no power then, right? It doesn't turn on.
Yeah, like it won't charge or nothing like that, and it's cracked. I was wondering if you guys take those phones.
Jeez, no, it's pretty rough, but yeah, we'll still take it. Yeah, I could do like $20 on it for you.
Hell no! What are you talking about? $20? Are you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here!
So what were you looking to get, just out of curiosity? Because I'm here on eBay, right? That's where we're gonna sell, and I'm looking to sell it. It's selling at $89.95 right now, right? But the problem with those 6S's is a couple things. One, if it's got no power, we got to salvage it for parts, right? So the screen is cracked, so we can't salvage that.
Can't you guys fix it or anything? Can't you guys just fix it and then sell it for more, or what?
We don't fix any of the phones that we purchase. We just resell them. But the person that we do resell it will fix it up. But the problem is there's not much to fix on there, because if the board is dead, that's a major problem, right? It's very few people can repair the board on a phone to get it working. Also, the phone is cracked itself. So the part would be need to replace, which is going to increase the cost. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but it's Apple, though. It's an Apple phone. Aren't they worth a lot, even if they're broken? Or
well, no, actually, Apple makes it even harder because we can't get the parts. So you're gonna buy all aftermarket stuff with that, because Apple doesn't. You know how Apple is, right? They don't make anything easy to fix. They want all the business themselves. So it's very hard to get these replacement things for that. So that's what.
Honestly, bro, I'm just looking to get some money for some groceries tonight. I'm trying to go at least $50.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I definitely want to help you out. So let me try to work with you and see what I could do, because I totally understand. I've been in your position before. So here's my deal. Let me just make sure we're on the same page, right? So because I want to make sure we're both, happy with this, if that makes sense. So they help you out and help me out, because I totally understand. And we offer the best prices in the state. I want to make sure you're satisfied, so you tell all your friends about us and we get more phones in the future. So like I said, we'll probably get $70-$80 for it, and also the other challenge is if it's iCloud locked or not. I don't even know. I don't have a way to check because the thing is got no power. Okay, so
well, it's not stolen or anything like that. It's not stolen or anything, but it's just wanted to give you the phone.
100%, yeah. But the only problem is because of the iCloud, whether it's stolen or not, if we can't remove that because the phone is dead, then it's still going to be useless even if someone repairs it. It'll still be like a brick. Does that make sense? Like it'll just be a paperweight. So again, we'll use it just for those parts. So those are the things I just got to be careful with. So I might get 70, or if it's iCloud locked, I'm only get $50 if I'm lucky for it. So that's why I got to be really careful with this and not go too high. But
yeah, but GameStop is offering me $50 for the phone though, as is. I just wanted to see if you guys, would do any better.
Huh. Well, I mean, $50 is pretty good. Let me just check really quick on the GameStop website. Did you put in no power or anything when you did that?
I just put it the lowest valuable price. You said it's in pretty bad condition. I didn't put no power. I said it was in pretty bad.
Okay. Let me just check that out right now and just verify on that. Because if they could do $50, I'd say go for it, man. Like, I want to make sure you get the most for your money. I wouldn't do it for less if I was you. But let me just make sure they're really doing that, because GameStop could be a little confusing to use sometimes. So let me just type in iPhone 6s for Sprint, and let's see what they're actually offering on that phone. Let me just double check. And you're welcome to do this on the computer with me as well. I don't want you to feel like I'm cheating or anything like that. So let's take a look here. iPhone 6s for Sprint. Let me click on that. Say dead. So right now, dead, GameStop's actually offering 30.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, that's still a little bit more than us, which is good. Okay. So that's pretty good. But I tell you what, it's just to help you out, because I want to gain you as a customer, right? I tell you what I'll do is this. I'll give you an extra $5, beat GameStop's price. I'll give you 35 cash for it. And then that's cash in hand today, because GameStop's probably going to give you a trading credit. We'll give you a green cash if you want to come in today and do that for you.
I mean, can you meet me, or would I have to come in, or?
Well, how far away are you?
I'm about 20 miles away.
20 minutes? Okay. So that is a little bit far, and especially, as the low profit deal on this for me, it's going to be a little tough to drive out there. So I'm going to ask if you can meet me. Do you know where the so-and-so mall is, about 10 minutes away?
Yeah, I know where that's at.
Would you be cool meeting me there? I can meet you there and kind of compromise a little bit.
For $25?
No, I'm actually going to do 35. I'm going to beat GameStop by $5 just to earn your business, so that way you tell other people about us.
All right. I guess I can do that.
That's fair? All right.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thanks, man, for working with me. I appreciate it. What's your name, by the way?
Rico?
Rico. Thanks, Rico. I appreciate it. Thanks for working with us. And look, you know what? If you want to make some extra cash, you bring some other stuff down if you want, and I'll take a look at it for you. See if I can give you some other money, some more money, and help you out. If you got like an old
well, I have an older MacBook I have here.
Yeah, bring it down. Bring it down to anything you got. If you got an old MacBook, an iPod, an iPad, any kind of electronics, just bring it with you, and I'll see if I can hook you up, put some more cash in your pocket for you.
All right. Well, thank you.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, I'll see you in about like 25 minutes.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. I'll see you soon.
All right.
All right. Bye. Boom. There we go. Just made myself some good money. Okay. Any questions on that? Did anybody learn anything? You want me to break anything down there or anything like that? Ed even said, make it a 40. Nah, I'm going to stick to my guns. I get all the money on my deals. As much money as I can possibly get. Joe says, I like how you made him feel validated. Okay, good. You never want to call your prospect a liar, even if they are, when you're in a deal, because then you're going to create a fight or an argument. So you never want to argue. You always want to be like, well, let me just double check and just make sure, because it can be a little confusing. So that way you give them an out. I always said GameStop's website's a little confusing, so let me just make sure that was correct. And then I went on there, it's like, ooh, actually it says 30. So he doesn't feel like I'm confronting him. Like, no, man, GameStop says 30. I don't know where you're seeing this 50. Because then, boom, now you're going to create an argument. There goes the deal right there. Because that was a very, very difficult customer and could easily have been blown out by just one little mistake. Marty says you held rapport well. Ask him to check the status of the phone with you. Good. Joe says, is it hard to do sometimes? If so, how do you catch yourself? It's all just practice, guys. If you want to get better at selling, just start selling a lot more. And the more you sell, the better you're going to get. BS says, how does this work for Europe? The same way it works in America. Negotiating is not any different whether you're in a different country or not. Negotiation always works the same. You're talking about the phone flipping. I mean, I'm not going to answer a bunch of phone flipping questions right now, guys. Like, if you want to do that, I got a course that teaches all this stuff. If you want to talk about my course or something, you can watch some of my free videos or my YouTube channel or something like that. Like, I'm not here to pitch that. If you want, you can sign up for that. A lot of these members here are in my course and they're doing really well. But that's up to you, but I don't want to take up the majority of the chat talking about like flipping phones. I want to keep this on the negotiation and sales and persuasion. Juan says, why if you said we'll sell on eBay 70 or 80, why the man don't sell on eBay on his own? Because he wouldn't be calling me in the first place if he wanted to sell on his own. Why would he be calling my store trying to get cash if he could sell it on eBay? He's scared to sell it on eBay. Most people are. They don't want to go through the hassle of starting an eBay account just to sell something. They just want to get rid of it. And I know that. I knew if he was just going to sell on eBay, he would have already sold it. Same thing. Your prospect, if they're looking to buy a brand new car, why are they going to spend $25,000 on a brand new car? They can go on Craigslist and get one for $5 because they don't want a used car. They want a brand new car. That's why they came there. Okay. So you got to believe that your customer is going to do these things. Okay. Again, you got to sell yourself, man, because if you're not sold on whatever you're doing, you're going to lose sales. You got to be sold that whatever you're doing is worth it for them. I'm saving this guy time and money because he doesn't have to sell it himself. I'm making it easy for him, giving him fast cash. He would have to go through all this work to sell it himself. I got a whole company of employees that are going to do that for me. Marty said he would have done it already. Hamza says, how do you read people or just frame the same for everyone? Well, that's a great question. Do you want to volunteer, Hamza? We can get you on here and I'll help you out and show you how to read people a little better. Because reading people is a very important part of sales, communication, and persuasion, and social skills. Okay? Let's get Hamza on here. How are you guys liking this? Who would want to have me back for another group chat? Are you guys enjoying this hangout today? Is anybody feeling like they'll be able to make some more money, improve their life, or get something out of it in some way with what I'm teaching here today? Ryan says, yes, definitely. Marty says, yes, very much so. Adim says, loving it. Juan says, yes. Joe says, I'm getting social skills from this. Good. Mahir says, yes. Mahir's going to be a machine after this. David says, yes. Good. Who was, it was Adim or something like that, right? Or Hamza. Hamza. Where's Ari? Here he is. Let me unmute you. There we go. Hamza. Am I saying your name right?
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. So excited to learn this stuff, actually.
Good, good, awesome. Hey, really quick, I just want to give a shout out to Matthew Patterson. I think that's your name. I saw him earlier when I was doing a private call with Matt, and he popped in. So just saying hi. I said, just saw you. You're on the chat too. Thanks for coming. Anyways, Hamza, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah, the thing here is like, how do you read people? Because sometimes, like, when you're pressuring people too much, when you sell people, they don't want to like buy your stuff. Not that I have any experience with that, but it just like, because people are different. So sometimes if you're like super energetic, I used to be like selling for Amnesty International, and I'll get on people with the phone, and I'm like, usually like I'm a very high energetic person, but sometimes that would scare some of the people because I would be, hey, but just in Danish, of course. But it's like, I'm having trouble like reading people, like how to, because I have different sides of me, but mostly I use like the high energetic one. And it seems like you're doing the same when you're talking to people. So I was just wondering how you tailor, your sales pitch.
Well, you notice I'm not high energy with everybody. Like, for example, with Mihir, I was very relaxed initially because Mihir was very nervous at first. So I kind of calmed myself down and slowed the way I was speaking, right? Mm-hmm. And like, you're not super energetic as you're talking to me, or like hyper or anything. So I'm going to bring myself down to your tone as well. And then as the tonality and the energy goes up, I'll bring it up, but then I'll adjust as necessary. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you match like my energy.
Yeah.
Speaking to me. Okay, cool.
Right. So now we have a whole group of people here. So I can't match the energy in the room. So what I have to do is I just have to create the energy level that I think is going to get me the most impact versus the amount of people in the room. And typically when you're in a group setting, you have to have a little higher energy level in order to captivate your audience rather than a lower energy, right? Because if I was speaking like this and I was very quiet and wasn't really energetic, this hangout probably boring as all hell. So me being a little more fired up, getting people juiced up, talking a little bit louder, getting excited, it's going to captivate everybody a little bit more. But if we were one-on-one, if I did that and I was like, hey, Hamza, how's it going today? You'd be like, oh, fuck, man, chill out, right? Like, so you're absolutely right. You do need to match the tone and the way you're speaking when it's a one-on-one situation. Absolutely. Okay. So if they're a little bit saddened and they're depressed, bring yourself down to their tonality. Geez, I totally understand. I know things are tough right now for you, but I really think that this will help you out. Okay. Tai Lopez. You know Tai Lopez?
Yeah. I'm actually from one of his courses.
Great. Yeah. Tai Lopez mentored me personally. Okay. And Tai, one of the things he does on video, if you look, is that he's very calm and he talks almost with a sound, melancholy tone in his voice. The reason is that resonates with his audience the most. The people that are struggling feel that pain. They're in a position of pain, struggle, despair. So he brings himself down to that despair or tonality, that struggle. Like, I know what it's like, man. I was living in a mobile home, making only $49, only $49 in my bank account. I know what it's like. And you'll see how he speaks slowly and almost with a saddened look on his face because his audience looks at him and they go, oh, this guy knows how I feel. So he connects with them. He's a genius when it comes to relating to people, right? But if you go out with Tai Lopez, he's like kind of like I am. He's more energetic and stuff like that. And he'll be laughing, he'll be busting balls and stuff like that. But when he's on camera and he's selling, he brings himself to the level of his audience. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you read the tone of your prospect.
Okay. Well, thank you, David. That was like a pretty good answer. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. Anything you want to know is like anything else that you got me right here?
I noticed, like, I saw like in the Academy videos, Matt Posters was talking about like tonality. Yep. And I noticed like sometimes you change your tonality, like, but I haven't quite figured out like what you do like when the selling, because you start like sort of high and then you go a bit low, but I'm not sure, but because that was the same thing Matt Posters was talking about. But like, how do you focus on like tonality when you talk to people?
So the most brilliant salespeople in the world, the ones that make big monies, because it's a proven fact that sales is the number one. Sales and business is the number one income-producing career in the world over lawyers and doctors because it's so complex and complicated, okay? Mm-hmm. And anybody can call themselves a salesperson, but a true salesperson can almost print money because they're so effective, right? Mm. And a real salesperson is like a chameleon. They're able to adapt to any situation, any environment. They can go energetic and they can become Mr. Pitchman, fired up, motivational, or they become your best buddy. I understand, man. I get it. I know. I hear you. You know, I can choke up a little bit. Like, I know. Like, I know what it's like, man. It's hard. It's hard. I hear you. Okay? You've got to become the chameleon. You relate to your customer and you mirror their images. You become anybody you want to be, and you are the fucking Miyagi of sales, okay? You are the grandmaster. When you can chameleon yourself, this is why actors get paid so highly. Like, if you look at Brad Pitt can become fucking, what's the guy with the Achilles in Troy? He could be a hero warrior. He could be a psychopath. He could be Mr. Pretty Boy. He could be romance. That's why Brad Pitt is worth millions of dollars. You look at the best actors in the world, and they are like chameleons. I mean, look at Heath Ledger, the way he was able to portray himself as the Joker, the psychopath in that movie. Like, he was able to put himself in someone else's position and be a chameleon so much, it literally killed him because he actually believed he was the Joker, and it depressed him so much he committed suicide or he took drugs, right? Like, if you don't need to go to that extreme, but that's what pros do in sales and real high-level businessmen in negotiations. They're able to be the chameleon to such a high level that the other person doesn't even know. Have you ever noticed great actors, you can't tell they're acting? Watch a B movie. Yeah. Watch a B movie and see if you can tell they're acting. You could be like, oh my God, what a horrible actor. What makes him a horrible actor is that you can see they're acting. But a great salesperson is one who sells you and you don't even know you got fucking sold. You're like, wow. Like, you just bought all this shit and you're like, man, that guy was such a nice guy. He helped me out. No, he was a genius salesperson. Does that make sense?
So selling without selling, but specifically, like, how would you do that? It's like, because you talk about being like chameleon, but how would you specifically do that? Like, selling without selling. Like, would it be, for instance, such as, I remember like Tai Lopez when I was in his 67 Steps, he kept mentioning like his other courses. Like, when you were in the money program, he kept mentioning, oh, but I have this other program. Is that like invincible selling? Is that what you mean?
If you guys, so now we're getting to really advanced sales and persuasion, okay? And if you want to get, and I think it's good, so we'll do a little, because we did a lot of the basic stuff, but advanced, if you want to be a master, you want to be the grandmaster, the chameleon, there he is right there, Tai Lopez, okay?
Yeah.
You want to master, there's so many different techniques that you got to learn in order to get to this level, okay? But one thing that you can master is the 25 cognitive biases of the brain. There's 25 mental triggers in your brain that when you hit these triggers, it's very difficult to resist, even if you know that they're, being used against you. So for example, there's one called the reciprocity tendency, okay? That means when someone gives to us, we're more likely to give back 3 to 10 times more than what they gave. So for example, I could be your buddy when we're hanging out in the car dealership, right? And I'm like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you today. I'm Dave. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Good, good. Hey, look, man, you take a look around. If you see anything, just ask me a question. Right? You know, I'm not going to be down your throat. You take a look. If there's anything you like, let me know. Hey, what kind of coffee you like?
Coffee? I actually don't drink coffee. I'm more like a tea guy.
Tea? What kind of tea?
Just like regular tea. Just maybe like strawberry flavor, a citrus flavored one, or yeah, that's
strawberry or citrus.
Strawberry and citrus, yeah.
Which okay, tell you what. They don't have tea here, but you know what I'm going to do? You take a look around. I'm going to go run to Dunkin' really quick. I'm going to go grab you a tea, okay? If they don't have the strawberry, are you okay with the citrus?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Okay. Tell you what, I'm going to go to Dunkin' right now. I'll grab that for you, okay? Just take your time, browse. I'll be back, and I'll grab that for you so you're comfortable. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks, man.
Okay. Now, look, what's a cup of tea cost me?
Oh, almost like nothing. I don't live in the States, so I have no idea. I live in Denmark, so.
Okay, it's like $1 or $2.
Okay.
When I sell a car, I'm going to make $300 to $600. Okay. So now here's the thing, right? I spend this $1 or $2 and I give you this tea. And not only that, I said, it's not from the dealership, but I got to go to Dunkin' to do it. How do you feel when I give that tea to you?
I feel like happy. I feel like you're a nice guy trying to help me out. Like, yeah.
Aren't you feeling almost guilty too? You're like, oh my God, this guy went all the way to Dunkin'. Like he didn't even have to do that just to get me a tea. And I didn't even say I was going to buy a car. Don't you feel a little indebted to me all of a sudden?
Yeah, that's true. Like, I would probably listen to you more. Like, if you were pitching a car, and I would probably like stay and listen, just because like you gave me the tea, you helped me out.
Exactly. So let's say I do that with every 3 customers, and even if only half of the people buy, do you think I'm going to sell a lot more than those other schmucks at the dealership? The minute the other person walks in and they're like, hi, how can I help you today? What kind of car are you looking for? Right? Who do you think is going to get more sales? The guy who spent the $1 to give him the tea? That's 3 customers cost me $3 a week or $3 a day, right? Who do you think is making more money there?
Yeah, that's definitely the one that's helping getting the tea.
And who do you think feels like they got sold more? The one I bought the tea for, or the one who's from the guy who's trying to pitch them the minute they walk in the door?
The guy that's trying to pitch him, because he's only focused on the sale.
Exactly. Right? See, sales and persuasion isn't always just about talking. It's about learning mental triggers in people's brains, right? So like you buy a car from me and you think I'm your best buddy in the world because I bought you a tea. You don't even feel like, and not only that, you're telling all your friends like, dude, I just had the freaking coolest salesperson in the world. This guy went to Dunkin' across the street and got me a tea, and then he just let me drive the car, and next thing I bought it. Now, I probably sold you a full sticker, and you're still going to spread the word about me to all your friends and family and get me tons of referrals. Even though I sold you and made more money off you than any of those other salesperson would have. Does that make sense? See, this is the power of the chameleon. The chameleon knows these things to do because it sells without feeling like people got sold. Does that make sense?
Wow, that makes sense. That was some next level shit right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is how you get to 100% closing average. See, the difference between a 30% closing average and 100% is years of experience in learning this stuff. But right here, if you can start learning these things, right? For example, the curiosity tendency. You know, you've all heard the phrase curiosity kills the cat, right?
Yeah.
So if you're on the lot and I just got you that tea and you're like, here you go, man. I'm going to check out you keep looking around. I'm going to check out this new car we got in. Oh my God, this thing is so sick. I can't wait to go check it out myself. But go ahead, take a look around and I'll be right back. Now, what do you think when I did that?
I want to see that car. I want to see that car.
Wait, what is this new car? Oh man, it's so new. I don't even know if they're selling it yet. This thing is crazy. Yeah. We just got it in. Everybody's talking about it. But yeah, let me get going. I'll do that. Wait, can I come with you? Like they're going to start selling them this stuff to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You see, like, and there's 25 of these. I've only used 2 so far. And people are asking some questions here. Let me see if anybody learned that. Nick says, learn the 7 sales personalities in your car. Sam says, make me feel a little obligated. Nick says, drives reviews, laughed out loud. Okay. Who liked this stuff, the advanced stuff? Because we lost a few people on the chat. Just want to see if people enjoy this, like, and this is powerful stuff, or if it's like this is kind of going past your brain. You guys aren't getting this stuff. Hamza says, definitely love it. Awesome. Juan says, me. Tori says, me. Powerful, cool stuff. Love it. Perfect. Okay. Like, you guys want to be a guru. You want to be up there with the grandmasters. You need to learn the 25 cognitive biases and how to use them. Okay. Let's see. Joe says, it seems like something I incorporate in my life. It feels a bit manipulative, so I'll have to figure out my morals. Guys, am I doing anything amoral here? Like, by selling him a car? Am I doing anything immoral? I don't feel like giving someone what they want is immoral, right? Only if what you're doing to them is immoral, okay? Like, for example, would you rather have a salesperson like that, or would you rather have the guy who tries to jam the car down your throat and pressure you? Which one would you guys rather deal with? I'd rather have to deal with the guy that I like and is going to help, is like professional and gives me that tea. It's customer service, okay? So the only thing, now here's where it gets immoral. If I try to sell them on a car that's like broken, or I try to like cover something up, or I lie. Well, that's just me being a bad person in general. There's plenty of bad salespeople, whether they know these mental triggers or not, okay? It's only amoral if you do amoral shit, right? But being persuasive is not amoral, okay? Being persuasive can actually make you one of the greatest human beings in the world. Look at how many people think Tony Robbins is immoral? Anybody? Tony Robbins is one of the most genius salespeople on the planet. One of the best people I've ever met in my life. He gives millions of dollars away to charity every year. He feeds millions of mouths, millions of people for the homeless. He gives away so much money and he helps so many people, right? But Tony Robbins masters this stuff. He's so good at this, you have no idea why you even love Tony Robbins as much as you do, okay? But he uses his power for good. So as long as you do it, like Tony Robbins came out with a movie not too long ago, right? And it showed him converting a woman like that got beat up and like raped when she was younger into having confidence. And everybody's like, wow, it's so amazing. It was unbelievable what he did for this woman. Did you know how many of these mental triggers he did and what he used on you just creating that movie? He created that movie, and now that's called reciprocity, liking, loving tendency, because now you saw him change someone else's life, and you're like, wow, Tony Robbins is such a good guy, which makes you now want to sign up for his programs. He's using that in the movie as a sales funnel to get you to buy his stuff, and you didn't even know that. You just thought this is some free documentary on how great Tony Robbins is. It's a gigantic sales funnel. That movie itself was a huge freaking lead magnet. Nobody knows this stuff. Only really high-level guys notice that type of stuff. But that's like what makes Tony Robbins worth $500 million, because he creates these giant sales funnels, and people don't even realize it's a sales funnel. Did you know that Frozen was one of the biggest sales funnels ever created, the movie Frozen? Do you know how much money Disney made? $1 billion from Frozen? Not from the movie, but where do they make all their money from? Disney made so much money off of Frozen that they bought freaking Star Wars, which was another huge funnel for them, okay? They made all their money off of merchandise, people coming to the park, people coming to an old crappy Epcot ride that used to be a Viking ride, and they just revitalized it, caused Frozen, and then millions more people went to Disney to try out the new Frozen ride, okay? The Frozen was a gigantic sales funnel. Disney knows all these mental triggers, and they make it seem, oh, wow, Frozen's so great, my kids love it. So when you use these, people want to do business with you. Like, how many people are dying to go to Disney World out there? Everybody, because it makes you feel good. So they want to do business with people that make them feel good, right? You're dying to give Disney your money. You want to throw your money at Disney because it makes you feel good when you go there. And all these mental triggers make people feel good. So as long as you use them for good, guys, not only are you making more money, but you're changing other people's lives. You're helping them, and you're doing them a favor by learning these things, as long as you're not using it for bad, okay? Does that make sense to everybody here? Okay, we're going to probably have to wrap this up pretty soon. Who else? Joe, did we get you on here? I wanted to help Joe out. Did we get your mic working, Joe? Let's help you out. Let's see. And then I think one last thing, I want to pick on my wife for a second and get her on. She's going to probably slap me. So stick around if you want to see that, because I want to teach her something. Where's Joe? Is he still on here? Where'd he go? Joe, you still there? Type if you're still there. I don't see. Let me see. I can't find you. Can you is there a way to unmute yourself or anything? Let me see. Oh, there you are. Okay. I found you. All right, go ahead. You there now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
All right, it works.
Awesome.
Awesome. Cool.
That makes me so happy. By the way, I'm super liking your energy. It's like filling up my ears. It's awesome.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining. And thanks for being patient with that.
You're welcome. No problem. So one of the things I'm looking at, let me just turn to the page. I wrote down my question there in the middle. So my friend and I are in Tai Lopez's SMMA Academy. And I actually spent more time on this, and I haven't focused on that. And what I'm doing for him is, if I get him a client, then I get 18% of every single month that their client pays, right?
Okay.
So I've been trying to get some clients for him, and I've noticed that there's a thing that happens is I'll go to a person, I'll state the interest. It seems kind of cool. And then this is probably an objection I should learn to face instead of just go back from. But usually I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll let you know. And I'm like, okay, cool. Here's my information. Let me know by such and such date. And they're like, cool. And then they do. They do, or they actually sometimes they don't. So like I'll keep coming back to their store and following up, and then they'll just like put me off. And then I realize I'm kind of the sucker in the room at that point. And then I kind of just like. That's worked for some situations for me when I just follow up. But a lot of times it just doesn't work, and I end up kind of being the sucker in the room, and then they just blow me off, and they think that I don't know they're blowing me off, and it's just that I don't know what I need to do.
So first thing I'm going to say to you is one thing I learned from my first millionaire mentor is, like, if you don't usually get the deal today, you're probably going to lose 80% of your deals. Most of the people either do it today or never. So a lot of the objections you get are all BS. I got to think about it, can't afford it, got to talk to my husband, got to talk to my wife. It's not a big priority in my life right now. Those are the main BS objections you're going to get from anybody in sales and persuasion, right? And usually that just means is I'm not sold. You haven't built enough value. I don't know enough. I can't make a decision right now. I have no idea. So what you got to do is you got to find out what their objection is and overcome it right then and there. Because most of the time they're telling you, I got to think about it. Let's do it another date because they're just saying no to you. They're blowing you off. So you've got to figure a way to say, hey, I totally understand that. Yeah, definitely, man. Think about it. I don't want you to make any decisions. But just out of curiosity, what is it that's stopping you from doing it today?
Okay, so what I could do is like ask them, just say, I totally get it, understand everything, but then find out their objection and then deal with that.
Right, because then if they tell you what, man, I didn't really want to tell you, but I don't know if this is really going to work. I don't really believe in it. Now you can address the objection and kind of be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Well, what is it like? You're not sure about like Facebook ads. You don't know how like SEO works. Let me see if I can help you understand that a little bit better, right? Or you're like, look, I didn't want to say this, but I got a buddy of mine who'll do it for $1,000 and you're at 1,500. So like I'm probably just going to go with my buddy. Then if it's a genuine price objection, you can be like, oh, okay, I totally understand. What is your buddy going to do for you? And then you find out the services he's providing. Oh, I see. So he's just doing Facebook ads, but he's not giving you any strategy. He's not giving you any high-level stuff. He's not doing any SEO. We got a full SEO package included with this.
Yeah.
Plus we're going to do AdWords, and we're going to do Facebook. That's why our price is so really, our value is almost triple what he's doing. But if you just want to get the Facebook ads, no strategy or anything like that, sure.
Yeah, frame it in a way that makes them like know that we're better and that they should use us, but you don't really need them, and so they should kind of come after us.
Exactly. The biggest thing I can tell you guys is when you're talking or you're trying to persuade someone is ask them questions, what's stopping them, right? In a nice way, and then always keep that rapport and then agree with them. I totally understand, but say, well, let's take a look at it this way, and then you present it to them, whatever your solution is, or help educate them or go back to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so essentially I'm talking to them and I'm like, they say, hey, and I'll get back to you. I'm like, you know what, I understand you don't want to make a decision right now, but what are your objectives? And then you would say something like,
and look, sell as hard as you can without breaking rapport. Just don't break rapport. If you break rapport, you're going to lose the deal. So you don't push them so they get mad, but sell as hard as you can. Keep closing over and over again until they're starting to get irritated. Be like, look, Joe, I'm starting to get kind of annoyed here. Like, I told you I don't want to do this. I'm going to have to let you go. Like if they start getting pissed off, okay, fine. But if they're like, Joe, I'm still not sure. They're just giving you an objection. That doesn't mean that like that's a definite no. That means, Joe, like I'm kind of interested, but I'm kind of waiting for you to tell me something that I want to hear and you're not yet.
Yeah, because in their mind, they've got the blocks, and it's your job as a salesman to navigate around those and make them understand your value and be comfortable with it.
Exactly. So let's do a practice now. Sell me your service. You're trying to sell me.
All right. So, so my friend and I are working together. He is in a social media marketing academy. This guy named is Ty Lopez. Have you heard of him?
Yeah. Yep, I know Ty.
All right, cool. So you know how,
right?
Yeah, you know how experienced he is in social media. He has one of the only certification courses for social media, and my friend has made a couple $1,000s for several businesses. And I'm here to help my friend out. I also want to help you out. So I like to hear what you do with your business. See how we can fit our services into your business.
Okay, I'm going to stop you really quick. I personally don't like that pitch at all. I'm going to tell you why. Here's why. You know what? You know how many times I've heard that exact same pitch over the last 2 months to me personally?
No, I don't.
How many other people do you think took Ty's social media marketing course?
I think there's a couple thousand in there.
Yeah. There's like every motivated internet marketer in the world has bought that course, and they're all rookies. And they all come up, oh, yeah, I'm doing a social media marketing course. Good for you, kid. I'm like, great, that's great, but you're not going to be doing it for me. I instantly turned off because everybody's already pitching the same shit to me all the time, right? You're not giving me any value. You're just telling me you have a social media marketing agency, right? You're telling me features, right?
Well, I mean, what I was trying to do is I was trying to show the value in that Ty Lopez is experienced and he has this course, and then by association, we also have experience. Huh?
What if I hate Ty Lopez?
Yeah, some people do.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that hate Ty Lopez, right? I personally like Ty Lopez. He was my personal mentor, but I know a lot of people that hate him, and some successful people either, right? So I think that might hurt you. I never want to say anything that's going to possibly hurt my chances, right?
Okay.
What if we did this as an approach, Joe? Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Hey, I'm all right. How's it going for you?
Good. Hey, listen, let's say, well, first of all, how do you meet these people? Do you get a lead? Let's start there.
Usually they're just down the street, and then I ask them to see what their business is. And then, for instance, one of the taco places just opened up like a couple months ago, and they're expanding to a new place. And I have rapport with the owners.
So it's a taco place, right? Let's just use this as an example. And so let's say you walk in, you're cold calling this taco place. All right. So you go in there. Hey, what's going on? Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Dave, and you are?
Cool. My name's Joe.
Yo, this is a nice taco place you got right here. I love it. This is one of my favorite taco places to eat at, actually. I like your prices you guys got.
Yeah, we got some good nachos.
Yeah, man. This place is great. So how's things going? It's been pretty busy?
Oh, yeah. We're trying to expand our place. We got a new place over in Bloomfield, and right now we're over here, our first location. Got it for about 6 months or so.
Yeah, cool. So you guys are trying to expand, get some more business?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have anybody helping you right now at all with anything?
Oh yeah, we got a guy. His name is Chris, and he's really good.
Yeah. How's he doing? Like, are you guys selling more tacos you can handle, or like, is it you?
Oh yeah. Like, it's definitely good that we have we don't have need for much more business. It's doing pretty well.
Okay, cool. So look, let's stop right there. Okay, if this is how it's gonna go, I'm gonna say, hey, cool, man. Look, if you ever want even more business or anything doesn't work out, give me a call. Here's my card. Because that's like, if I'm single, am I gonna go hit on a married chick?
Good point.
Hey, you're with this guy right here. Do you like him? Yes, I love him. He's my husband. Oh yeah? Well, I'm better. Like, how's that gonna work out? You know, like, I don't think that's gonna go over too well.
No.
Right? Okay? No. So, like, don't waste your time on things that aren't gonna produce you any business. If they've got someone, they're producing results and they're happy, why the hell are you gonna waste any more time with that person?
Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. So it seems like the clients, I'm just not being cognizant of the variables with the clients, and I could look for better clients.
What you're doing is you're cookie cutter pitching them. You're like a Tai Lopez zombie. Tai Lopez is like, go get social media marketing agency. You're like, yes, I will, right? And you're like one of his coaching people. That's how I feel. Like,
I don't want everybody to know that.
Sorry, but no.
No, it's okay.
I'm not bashing Tai Lopez by any means. I love Tai, okay?
No, I'm also just messing with you.
This is how everybody approaches me. Just like you did, every other guy in the world. And guess what I say to him?
You'd probably say no.
Sorry, okay? Now, I got guys working for me. I pay $100 an hour to do what you're trying to sell me, and I'm happy to pay them, okay? But they didn't approach me like you approached me, okay?
How'd they approach you?
They approached me like I said. They said, how's your business doing? Good? How you got anybody that's working with you? Yeah, but I got this person working for me. Oh, man, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not getting kind of good results. Cool. Well, look, one thing I did notice that, like, I saw your Facebook ads for the taco. Now, don't get me wrong, they were cool and stuff like that. But I think that the way you went about it is probably not going to get more people in as if you did like a video of a guy like biting into the taco and just was like, your taco is just like the most amazing taco in the world. He's like, oh, I love Joe's tacos. Oh, it's so good. Oh, right. And now imagine if someone just watched that video and they're like, oh shit, what kind of taco was that? Fuck, man, I want one of those tacos, right? Now, what if we didn't even try to sell anything? We just showed this video of a guy that practically was having an orgasm eating your taco, right? And then we followed it up with a retargeting campaign, and we said to him, hey, you ever seen anybody eat a Joe's Taco? And you're like, yeah, man, that Joe's Taco is good. Hey, get one now. Buy one, get one free if you come in today. Oh, where the hell do I go? Buy one, get one free, Joe's Taco. I want to go there. And you're like, yeah, Dave, you're making a lot of sense. You know, my guy doesn't do that. He's just straight up trying to sell people's tacos, but he's not even getting them enticed to eat the tacos. I didn't think about that. Well, hey, look, if you like this approach, this is the type of stuff that my agency does. Would you like to hear a little bit more about our services?
So essentially you're showing, I like to abstract it and just break it into steps. You're showing your value, and then the other person, and then you let the other person show their interest, and then you say, hey, it's here if you want it, and then talk to them about it.
You're showing them like you're the best thing since sliced bread, but you're not telling them, you're showing them, right? Actions speak louder than words. So if you tell me you're some bullshit marketing agency, good for you. You learned from Tai Lopez. Great. You know how to do Facebook ads. Good for you, right? I don't know anything about you. I don't know how good you are. I don't know what you know about Facebook ads. I know nothing. But by you telling me about my own personal campaign and how it can improve, you think that tells me something?
Yep. Yeah, because I'm showing you. It's like me as a taco person can be like, yeah, I want people to have orgasms eating my tacos.
Yeah. Now look, what if I'm selling a course right now on sales and persuasion? By the way, hint, hint, I am, okay? And I want people in this academy to join from my mastermind so I can teach you guys persuasion skills, right? And I come onto this hang and I'm like, guys, I'm the best salesperson on the planet. I was trained by Ty Lopez, Matt Pocious, and I know how to sell. I can teach you guys how to sell. You'd be like, who's this idiot? Right?
Yeah.
When I go on here and I did that thing with here and I show you and I teach you guys and I show you like, oh shit, this guy knows what the hell he's talking about. Is anybody a little bit more intrigued to learn to work with me on here as opposed to me just going bragging about how good of a salesperson I am?
Yeah.
What do you think is a better approach?
I would definitely say the second one.
All right.
Because it's not like you're trying to force it on me and then I have to decide whether I accept it or not. I'm just seeing it from my own eyes.
Yeah. I'm doing seductive selling. I'm showing you guys like, hey, I know this stuff. If you want to learn it, I'm not saying I'm good, but hey, I'm going to show you what I can do. You want to work with me? That's cool. You don't? Hey, that's cool too. But I'm showing you that I know what I'm doing rather than trying to tell you. Yeah. Hamza says it's actually true. I'd be way more willing to go for your course now. Yeah, of course. That's how I sell. And if you guys are interested, I do have a 6-figure mastermind group. If you want to join it, you're welcome. I'm not going to do a big pitch on this right here, but if you want, this is the stuff I do like on a weekly group chats. I coach people and help them out with like business, sales, persuasion, and things like that. And I haven't done official. It's under the radar right now. My phone flipping course is the big one that I'm selling right now. But this is one that I've been selling like only to select people that I've been doing in certain groups and stuff like that. So it's kind of new. And you get a little bit more intimate training with it right now because there's not a lot of people on here, like that are in the group. But like people like Dylan, I don't know if he's still on here, but he came to my 6-figure mastermind, done really, really well. Anyways, I'm not going to keep going into a pitch. Anybody wants to talk about that, just message me later on because I want to make sure that you guys get a lot of value from this. And there's one more thing I want to cover before we wrap it up. But if you guys would like to do that, how many people here are still from my phone flipping course that are still on this chat? Say yes if you are. I'm wondering how many phone flipping people still are hanging out. Trevor says yes. Tori, yes. Okay. Sam, yes. Okay. Randy, Ryan. Oh, wow. We got a lot of people still here. Okay. By the way, if you guys are interested in joining Matt's Millionaire Academy, because Matt helped me a lot too, you guys can let me know. Message me after. I'll give you a link to schedule. Matt is actually doing a free call for any of his, for any of my phone flipping members. This is, if you're already a part of the academy, this doesn't apply to you, but for any of my phone flipping members, he's willing to do a 2-hour strategy call with you and help you out with any, free advice you want or whatever. He'll set you up with one of his top coaches, Kelvin, that got me started in the academy and helped me grow my business to multiple 6 figures in less than a year. So if you guys are interested in that, you can also message me. Okay, now on to my wife. She's sitting there nervously fidgeting, going, oh, fuck, he's going to put me on camera now. She absolutely hates this. You can see it on the look on her face, right? Let's see if I can get her to persuade me on something really quick. Nick says, order pizza since they didn't have tacos. Sorry, Nick, it made you hungry. So that's seductive selling, right? You get people wanting to eat tacos and they didn't even think about tacos. All right. Let's get her on. This is Amy, by the way. Come on over here. My tacos give me so much pleasure. I sold myself in the freaking tacos. Actually, I'm hungry. I want a taco now.
Starving.
Oh, man. Let's all order tacos. Too bad this wasn't an in-person chat. We can all have some tacos while we're talking about selling. Okay, let's see really quick. Why don't you sell me on something? What can we sell you on? You want to sell me on what's something you want to learn how to close better? Closing a client on the phone, helps managing the employees, closing deals. You know how to close deals pretty well, but you want to sell me on taking the trash out? What?
Yeah, that might not be a bad thing.
What's something you want? Try to sell me.
Do more around the house. Taking the trash out. Cleaning up.
All right. Sell me on taking the trash out. Anybody want to see her sell me on taking the trash out? Who wants to see this?
Oh, this is tough.
Right here it says yes. It says too good to pass up. Nick says, oh yes. They feel guilty about it. They feel bad. Joe says family drama. Josh says take the fucking trash out, Dave.
Josh, yep.
That's not persuasive though.
I know.
That doesn't work with me. So you persuasion guys isn't about forcing people. You've got to be seductive. Okay. So Go ahead. It's your go. Get on here so they can see. Joe says eats popcorn. Here we go. All right.
So how do I approach this? Like, what am my normal day that I come home?
Well, you were just watching this webinar on how to persuade and sell right now. So no, tell me I'm fucking taking the trash out. Like, this isn't practice. I want you to sell me and taking the trash out. Like, do it.
All right. Just came home from work. How's it going?
No, I didn't come home from work. I'm sitting here right here in front of you. This is not like a make-believe scenario. This is you really selling me on taking the trash out. By the way, guys, never practice selling. Just fucking sell. Like, always just sell. Don't practice. So many people, like, I teach social skills. They're like, okay, I'm going to practice this. No, stop fucking practicing. Just do it. Like, seriously, go sell someone. Go make some money. Because if it's practice, you're never really going to do it. If you feel it's practice, you got to really try. So I want you to try with all your heart to genuinely get me to take the trash out. And believe me, I'm going to be resistant.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead.
Oh, man, I'm, like, super hungry. Are you hungry right now?
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty hungry.
I was thinking about making some food. I don't know. What do you feel like eating?
I'm probably just going to have a protein shake, to be honest.
Protein shake?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll just make some food. Can you do me a favor while I make this food? Can you bring the trash out for me?
No. I'm doing a webinar. I'm not doing it.
All right, well, I mean, how about afterwards?
I got show to do. I mean, come on. We got way more stuff. I don't have time for that.
All right.
Sorry. I'm just not going to do it.
What would it take for you to take the trash out?
I mean, why do you want me to take out the trash?
Well, it's kind of piling over, and it bothers me, but I know it doesn't bother you, but I mean, you'd be doing me a big favor.
Yeah, but if I take the trash out, I'm going to lose money here. You know what I mean? When I take the trash, that's like a $2 an hour job, and I'm fucking making $250 an hour. Why am I going to take the trash out?
I don't expect you to do it now. When would be a good time for you to do it?
Never. Sorry, I don't want to take the trash out. Like, can we could get someone else to do it or something like that, but I'm not taking the trash out.
Well, that's fair. That's a win-win. Just as long as I don't have to do it. It's just because I'm really busy and I'm trying to do the stuff for the business. If we can arrange somebody else to take the trash out, I'm all for it.
Why can't you just do it?
Because I got to answer the messages on Facebook.
Let's stop for a second, guys. How rate on a scale of 1 to 10? Don't feel bad, okay? How is she doing persuading me so far? Scale 1 to 10. Nick says a 6. Pedro says 4. Adim says a 6. Mahir says a 4. Lauren says a 6. Joe says a 5. Juan says a 4. Is she using any of the cognitive biases? No. Mahir says she's not agreeing with you when you have objections. Adim says no. Lauren says no. Is she appealing to any of my self-interest at all? She give me a reason to even listen to her? I mean, yeah, she's my wife, so I like feel guilty saying no, but in my head, I genuinely feel I don't want to take the fucking trash out. Like, I make way too much money to be taking trash out. And I don't mean to be conceited, but like, I have to protect my time, because when I take that trash out, that's time away from me learning how to strategize and grow my business to $100,000 a month when I'm doing $60,000 a month. So I feel at $60,000 a month as a businessman, I shouldn't be taking the trash out. So now she has to convince me somehow to get out of my own beliefs and take the trash out, but she's not doing that. She's just trying to appeal to me and beg, right? So you have to figure out, instead of just begging. Remember, we talked to Brian from a position of neediness, and you're like, I'm busy, I can't do it, and you're kind of begging me, right? So you're coming from a position of neediness, which is never really effective in persuasion, okay? So you have to be empathetic, put yourself in my shoes, and see what is it that's going to get, how does he feel? What can I do to appeal to his self-interest genuinely without like being a beggar or pleading in order to get him to take the trash out? And how can I use some of the mental triggers in order to get him to do it? Let's see. Let's see the suggestion. Joe say, what does he want? You can use that. Ham says she would make you food. Yeah, but I don't really want to eat food. Like I actually try to take care of my weight a lot. I eat healthy, so food's not really doing it for me.
Or he'll just steal mine.
Or I'll just eat her food. Anna says she has to put the relationship into play. Who's more important? That's playing a guilt trip. Guilt trips don't really work on people. That's more of manipulation than persuasion. People don't like being manipulative. Joe says ultimatums and negative reinforcement can hurt. Yeah, that's not the best. Matt says it was good hangout. Oh. Matt sent me a message. He seemed to like to hang out quite a bit. Do you guys, real quick, Matt's asked me, do you guys want to do another hangout like this? Let's stop and I'll get back to Amy for a second. Who wants me to do another persuasion hangout? because this does take a lot of my time, but if you guys want to do it, I'm happy to help. Pat says, best hangout ever. Thanks. Oh, thank you. Joe says, yes, I like the energy. Me, how will anybody convince Dave to take out the trash? Lauren says, yes. Maybe we should leave you all in suspense for the next hangout. I'll train Amy on getting me to take out the trash. That would curiosity bias, that would work in getting everyone here on the hangout, right? Yeah. There's the curiosity bias right there. If I was like, okay, hey, student, tune in next time. We'll get Amy doing this. I'll leave you all hanging right now. You're like, Dave, I hate you. So, Matt, if you can hear me, we'll just do another one on persuasion. We'll do some practicing and stuff like that. Lauren says, next time on my YouTube videos. All right, I tell you what, we'll spend 5 minutes on it, and if she can't convince me in 5 minutes to take out the trash, we'll end it up and we'll work it out on the next hangout. Okay, here we go. You ready? You're going to have to convince me a little bit harder now. Use some of the cognitive biases. Let's take a look at them, right? Study them really quick and see what you can use against me. We have doubt, avoidance tendency, disliking, hating. If I don't like you, or if I don't like the way you approach, I'm not going to do business. Liking, loving. If I really like you, or you plead that, you know, that like I like you come off as the fact that I like you, maybe I'll be more willing to do it. Reward and punishment, like maybe you can use pain against me. Reward, content fairness, reciprocity. I'll do this for you, you do this for me, or you do it first, and then that makes me want to do it for you. Envy, jealousy. Okay, there's different things. All right. So let's see what else you can use against me. Let's try it again.
All right. Hey, can you do me a favor and bring the trash out while I take care of some stuff?
No. I'm not bringing the trash out.
Why?
Did she react properly to that?
No. No, I didn't.
How is her reaction to my objections? Is she, like, do I feel like is she agreeing with me? Is she like seeing it from my point of view at all? Let's try it again. Come on, let's go impress these guys. That shirt is green. See the shirt right here? It's green. So convince me. Come on, you're gonna get, or I'm gonna make you. Or you're gonna have to do the drill with the green shirt thing. Convince me to take the trash out. Here we go.
Hey, can you do me a favor and bring the trash out?
Lauren said, we believe in you. No, I'm not going to do you a favor. Take the trash out. Sorry.
Look, I know it's a really shitty job. I can't get to it myself, but I was hoping to actually have some time to spend with you later on. If you help me out and take the trash out, then we can do something later together.
I know, but I'm just kind of busy right now. I don't know. We'll see.
No, I totally understand. I know you're a busy guy. I see you. When I come home, you're always on the computer and you're talking to everybody. I totally get it. But, I mean, if, you know, you help me out and take out the trash, I might be more willing to do something for you later.
All right. I'll do it tomorrow. All right. Is that all right?
Well, I mean, why can't you do it tonight?
I'm tired. I'm busy. I got all this stuff going on.
No, I know. I understand. Like I said, I see you. You're super busy. How about I make a deal with you? Later on, when you're all done with your work, we can take the trash down together. Because it's just too much for me to carry. And then maybe we'll have time to hang out, just be with each other. And
okay. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens at the time.
What's it going to take the trash out, babe?
All right. Better. Would you guys agree better? She's got 2 minutes left to convince me to take the trash out. Better. What do you guys think still? Better? Joe says better. Hamza says yes. Adam says much better. I like she was polite and she was nice, but then on the third objection, her face went like, all right, come on, you're pissing me off now. She had that look in her face like, you motherfucker. You know, like, if you do that stuff to your clients when they give you an objection and you look at them like, oh, you're making me work for this sale, and you get pissed off at them, you're killing it. You're breaking rapport. So you're breaking rapport with me on that. Because you look at me like I'm stupid because I gave you that objection, right? Which makes me feel bad, and then I get pissed off and I'm like, I don't want to talk to you right now. Go away. I'm running a webinar. I don't have time to talk about the trash. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't break rapport. You got to keep it on the light ground. Okay. Now you can get more firm, okay, but you can't break rapport.
Okay. All right.
I'll give you an example. I persuaded you to do better just earlier, right? I said, okay, if you don't do this, then I'm going to have you, in order to get you to do this, I'm going to have to make you do the shirt is green thing. And that scares you, okay? That's called the reward and punishment bias, right? People are motivated by reward, or they're motivated by pain. She's not motivated by the reward of me taking the trash off enough to get out of her comfort zone. So I have to bring pain into the situation, which is an okay persuasion technique, right? I have to motivate her by saying, like, if you don't do this, then I'll have to, there's no other choice, but I'll have to get you to get out of your shell by saying this shirt is green, which causes her fear, which is pain. And now she's like, oh shit, I don't want to do that. Okay, let me step it up a notch. So I used one of the cognitive biases in order to persuade her, but she didn't even realize I persuaded her during that. She just did it. Did anybody else see that? She's like, you son of a bitch. Okay. Now, the good thing about the cognitive bias is even when they're being used against you, you cannot help it. You can use them against people, and even if they know they're being used against, they still aren't able to resist. That's how powerful these things are with high-level persuasion. Okay. So use them against me. I know you're being used against me, but use them against me as much as you can. I tell you what, maybe, does anybody want to go over the cognitive biases maybe in the next hangout, or a little bit more strong? You do? Yes. Okay, and how to use them, like for really high level? Lauren says, yes, please.
I haven't learned them.
I mean, guys, you learn this stuff, you can sell anything. You can have a website built and sell products. You can use it in your advertising. I mean, you can use it. It will make you one of the most powerful business people around if you can master these cognitive biases. Not just know them, but know them instinctually, like being able to use them like me without even thinking about it, and just using them in your persuasion so naturally that people don't even know you're using them. Okay, I'll teach you guys that on the next group chat. We'll do examples of how to use the cognitive biases. Okay, does that sound good? And Jim says, are there any great examples of 25 cognitive biases on ads or sales videos? Yeah, we'll have to say that for the next group chat because it's kind of late now, and there's tons and tons of examples of cognitive biases we can go over. Okay, guys, I want to just leave it with this. If you guys like this group chat and this hangout, do me a favor and please post it in this group what you thought about it. If you're in my phone flipping course, post it in my phone group. If you liked it in Matt's group, post it in Matt's group what you thought about the hangout, so that way other people are motivated to come and get them more. Is that cool? Do you guys mind doing that for me? Adam says let's see, is there anything else? If you guys did like this, if you rate this hangout pretty good, I'd really appreciate that. If you did do that for me, it would really be great. Okay, and that would motivate me even more to help you guys and get fired up, because I'm not getting paid for this or anything. Matt's doing this, and you know, again, I usually charge a lot of money for this type of advice. My course members pay me $1,000 for this type of advice. So Brian says, yes, loved it. Pat says, thanks so much. It was brilliant. Cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. If you want to work with me personally on a weekly basis, just reach out to me, message me, and I do coaching like this every week to people, so you can learn and you know, have this drilled in your head for a year. Joe says, cool stuff. If you're in the group, I'll tag you. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Tori says, now I'm curious. To find out whether I took out the trash next time on persuasion. The Walking Dead does that to me, and I hate it. Walking Dead uses the cognitive biases so well. Oh, it drives me nuts. I'm like hanging on my edge of seat to the next stupid Walking Dead episode comes out.
Next season.
Yeah, the curiosity bias, very powerful. Okay, guys. Look, thanks again. Appreciate it. You guys all have a great day. It was awesome. Mahir, Adim, thank you guys. Brian, thank you. Tori, Hamza, Joe, Paz, Brian, Juan, Lauren, Nick. Thanks, guys, again. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
Bye.